Mom?
Yeah, bub.
He didn't. Don't let the in your body. It might get sick and die.
Well, we don't want to get sick and die.
Don't plant seed in your body then. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's his understanding. Okay, so he's okay. So we are learning why words are spells, and I wanted to come on here because we have another revelation of why words are spells.
And we got the boys today.
And what we uncovered was Caden wants to have ice cream and Caden wants to have s'mores. And we're like, okay, Caden. And yes, for those of you who are so disciplined, you know, you're not supposed to eat them anyway. We know, but we eat them. So moving on. Anyway, and we were like, yo, that's too much sugar. So you can either have s'mores. See, we're dialing it back, right? Because we'd eat both. I'd eat both. I need to do better. Anyway, you can either have s'mores or you can have ice cream. You can't have both. And and Bailey's like, yeah, because you don't want bad things to happen. And I was like, yeah, you want to make sure you take care of yourself in the positive. This is why words are spells. You want to make sure you're taking care of yourself because you're planting a seed in this kid's head. She's like, yeah, like, and she says, you know, when your teeth start decaying. And
the C word.
There's many C words.
The C word with
T's. You know, but, you know, the thing, when you grow decay in your teeth, like, if you don't know what that is, then
right.
I'm sorry for you.
It happens with sweets.
Yeah, so,
ooh, jalapeno.
You know, I was just saying that's the case of words being spells. Because if you plant a seed, if I do this, this is what may happen, then when the person, when the person starts developing their identity and they happen to stumble into this for a phase because, you know, are you going to give him the same lesson that you gave Angel, but at his level?
Hey, Caden.
Yeah.
When people are talking, you can't exasperately yawn. You can't yawn like, ah, because it interrupts the person speaking. Yeah. It's rude. It's very mean. And that's what you just did to Mom.
I didn't die.
Okay, but you gotta control your yawn volume. You can be like,
yes, you could give a little yawn. No one's saying you can't yawn. We're just saying just a little yawn instead of. It doesn't have to be that big, okay? You want to practice?
Yeah.
Let's practice. That's a beautiful yawn. That's how I want to hear you yawn from now on, okay?
Yeah, let me know if you're tired. I'll look over and I'll see you.
So that's what I was just like, I know I'm preachy with you guys. I know there's probably other people who are observing us and think, like, God, do you ever shut up? No, I can't shut up. Because tomorrow's not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed for me to be able to feed into my children.
And who's going to help them if not you?
Yeah. Thank God my children have me, but also my children have this content. So thank God they have their own personal memories in their database. They have their own personal relationship with me. They have their own personal video of me and whatnot. But also, I must transfer every bit of knowledge I have to transfer to my children. And that's why words are spells. That's why words are important. That's why you don't waste your time on words.
That's why you started this entire channel.
Why?
Or videos. I mean, I told you I wanted videos.
That was a part of the inspiration. Remember when I started the channel, you're like, I didn't mean those kind of videos.
Yeah, because
I had to evolve. I had to evolve.
You know, I'm not going to be talking about you all the time.
Yeah, but I think that this is what you talk about. This is like if you were to sit down and have a conversation with me. Okay, Voodoo. Like, plant the seeds is what I'm saying.
Right now.
She's been my Jiminy Cricket our entire lives. Her entire life. You came. I've had many of lows in life. We've already acknowledged that. You came at one of the lowest points in my life when I was a private dancer for money. Do what you want me to do. You know, it was the third time I went out there and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just wanted to experience. It's done. scratch that itch.
Do you know you were doing it?
Do I know?
Did he know you were doing it at the time?
Who was he? Trey?
Terry.
Terry? I wasn't with him.
So wait, you were dancing and then you found out I was pregnant.
Oh, you think kids are only conceived in relationships? Aren't you cute?
Do we have to pull the receipts?
I'm saying, so for you to say so, did he know? Like, as far as we were in some type of situation
No,
where I had to.
the time period.
Yeah, we weren't together. The way that your father manipulated that situation.
Clearly, this is a kid.
But the way that he manipulated the situation was he came in because. Please stop. Remember we were trying to be quiet in the background?
Yeah.
So you got to pay attention to yourself. And when you start making noises, because sometimes I start humming out of nowhere too, so I do it too, but I pay attention to myself and I stop myself, okay?
We said this earlier when we were playing the game this morning.
This is the second time. What? What does it say? You need to focus.
Oh, hey, Mommy, do
Duncan.
you know the quiet, the soft volume and the loud volume?
I don't know what you said, but she knows.
Quiet, soft, and loud volume. Voice levels, Mom.
Oh, yeah, from school.
Yeah.
Teacher Michael.
Tell me about it. Kaden. He's gonna tell you something.
Yeah. So, every single time when somebody told you to be quiet, you had to be quiet. And sometimes when you're outside, people don't like to hear screaming. So they just want quiet and
Speak with confidence. If you got to get in front of the camera, speak like you were having a conversation, so you don't need to get all timid. Speak with confidence. Excuse me, you're in the background making noise. Is that what you're supposed to be doing?
And you shouldn't
Because
stand
at
like
this
you.
point, yeah, that's going to flip, potentially.
it did
Nope.
flip
Yeah,
like
but
that.
you've had 3 warnings, so you can go to your room
Ooh.
until we're finished.
Why is it open?
Okay,
How about take a shower?
because this is our next level.
Well, there's no
We're
towel.
escalating you to the 3 warnings now.
The big warning.
This is gentle
Hey,
parenting.
listen to Mom.
We're elevating you to the 3 warnings. We asked you earlier to stop making noise in the background. You didn't. You decided to
Yawn.
pay attention to the language that you use. You decided to do it again. And then now when Michael is talking, you're deciding to do it again, so you're making bad choices like right now. So 3 strikes. Go to your room, kiddo. You can come back when we're done.
Let me. Don't let me. Stop. Stop.
She backed it up a little.
Your energy is the difference between if I'm playing with you or you want to play victim, and you're choosing to play victim.
Shower, go to bed. Or go to the bed. Sorry. Not
Yeah.
go to bed.
Go to your room until we're finished. And you need to talk with confidence. Speak with confidence.
Okay.
What were you talking about? You remember? Teach him how to do the hokey pokey.
I don't want to do the hokey pokey.
I'm teaching you how to speak confidently. Teach him how to do the hokey pokey.
Just do it all. Show them how to do it.
Tell him you put your right foot in. Confidence.
Put your right foot in.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
You put your right foot in.
You take your right foot out.
Take your right foot out.
If you want to be in front of the camera, you better stop this timid stuff. You take your right foot out. Be in your energy. Be in your personality.
Right foot out. You take your right foot out.
You do the hokey pokey and you
No.
shake it off.
You put your right foot in, you put your right foot out, you put your right foot in, and then you shake it off.
Oh, you put your right foot in
Put your right foot in.
and you shake it all about. And you shake it all about. If you want to be seen, be seen. You're being a boring kid. Nobody wants to see this.
No, I'm just nervous.
You do. So this is the
You
way
be nervous.
This is the way you get out of the nerves. See, when you're just being natural, you just be yourself. You're out here and you're trying to act, and you don't have to act. Just be yourself. You do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself about. Just be yourself.
This is really spicy.
Did you keep the stuff? Say, you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around.
You do
I'ma use
the
it.
pokey pokey and you turn yourself around. And
That's what it's all about. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know what this.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
That ain't the cadence. You know what it is. That's what it's all about.
That's what this is all about.
Boom. Now go wash the dishes.
Swag.
Swag. They were talking that what Taylor Swift was doing wasn't swag surfing. How do you swag surf? I don't know how to swag surf. I've never swag surfed. It's not my generation.
I don't watch that. I better be.
Taylor Swift was like, it's how to.
She whitewater rafting.
I was about to say that's how the whites do it, but that was probably going to be offensive. I tell inappropriate jokes. I'm a comedian. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You can laugh at anything I say because I'm a comedian. I'm up and coming. Book me for your comedy show. I spit knowledge and jokes. And they're not rehearsed or made up. They're off the top of the dome.
This is so good. That was great. I enjoyed that. Like, look at that.
Who is Clean Plate Club?
Right?
Anyway, so words or spells. Pay attention to the language. Because what Spirit told me, because I was talking to Shifu. Please stop. So you remember we had the conversation earlier?
No, I just want to tell you something.
I know, but I'm just saying, you remember the conversation earlier?
Yeah.
Is it more important to interrupt me, or can you just wait?
Yeah, I'll just wait.
Thank you for making a good decision. Anyway, so Shifu came to me and I said that my childhood was a stint. He was like, what's a stint? And I was like, well, you know, when people do time, they say they did a bit or they did a stint. And I look at my childhood and then, you know, I interjected. I don't look at my childhood negatively. I'm very proud of my childhood. It was a fucking bit. I did.
Like you knew how society would deem you.
I can admit that it was not a pleasurable experience without being in any type of unforgiveness of it. You know what I'm saying?
Example, not a real example if you don't want to.
Well, no, my parents used to drop me off for weeks at a time with people who had,
Just know what you're saying behind.
you know, people who had rats and roaches.
Oh, okay, that's safe. I thought you were gonna say something else.
I know. You
I was like,
know.
don't say anything with him on the screen.
No, I was a kid, so I can't say anything too extreme because I wasn't like an usher. I wasn't experiencing debauchery at that level.
I mean,
But
you
for
told
me-
me about like the lady that you lived with that like had all the things on the table in the living room.
Oh, I don't remember.
I wish I could elaborate, but you said that there was this place you used to live at, and there was a bunch of.
She's air spelling. M-I,
No.
cricket letter I, humpback.
That, I was thinking about that.
That's what it looked like. You're like,
I was the show's coming back.
no, but no.
I was saying
I know what you're.
first letter.
Yeah, G. Yeah, why is that a bad story?
Because I don't want you to say it and then you get banned or something.
Oh, okay, because it's bad. I was like, say it in front of Michael. He done heard worse. Like,
Right.
he has them to play with.
But I'm saying
I get you.
the lady that you
Hey,
stayed
give me
with,
one.
I guess. And that, I don't know what
Hey,
age
give
I
me
was at,
mommy.
but
Yes.
No.
Please let me finish talking. It can wait, okay?
you're like, yes,
Because you're supposed to be in your room until I'm finished
Do
talking
you want
anyway,
to go take
remember?
a shower?
Go take a shower, kiddo, so you can be
But
ready to
there's
go
no
get s'mores.
towel.
Oh, they're in the washing machine right now. Oh,
There's no towels?
he gonna reach for whatever he need to reach for. I'm sure there's towels somewhere. Go check again, babe. I believe you, but I want you to check again.
He's hilarious. You got me thinking there's no towels. I'm like,
He's so freaking dramatic.
I'm just like-
perfection.
no, I'm just like, dude, I literally just washed some.
That's
That's
a
my
lot of
thought
people using
process.
towels too, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, my parents would drop me off. the little boy, like, here's the, well, never mind, I won't say it's the level of neglect because it may happen to me, but the little boy had a piece of styrofoam stuck up his nose, and they didn't know it was up there until he started smelling, and so they finally took him to the doctor. But I'm sure this little boy the whole time was saying, you know, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, you know. It was in his sinus nasal canal, and I'm sure his parents, he kept telling this kid, good job, now go take your shower.
My nose.
And I probably waited weeks.
No, it was just a day.
Okay, then that's good.
Yeah, no, it was just something that happened. I got a rock stuck in my nose.
Did I make you feel bad about it?
No, I don't think so.
A win for mom.
Right?
I handled it in an effective time, and I didn't make you feel bad about it. Good job for me.
I just hate how they made things last for so long. Why did it take for my mom to know about the rock in my nose? Like, what was the timing of me having a rock in my nose? Just the fact that, like, so many things happened to me and I didn't tell people, like, I'm not sure what was going on.
See?
That's strange. Like,
I lived a whole life that nobody knew about either.
back to the guy.
But the difference was you waking up to where you can live your life with your mom. And I bet you your life changed when you were able to open up to me versus keeping secrets from me and having to live a double life.
Right? That's literally why I wish Angel would stop trying to create this little double life. It's like, dude,
you don't want this
you
life.
You have to.
You don't want this life.
Right, just like.
You don't want to have to create a fake persona only to shed the fake persona later.
Yeah, you know how many times I got in trouble? Like, when I got in trouble when you went through my phone? That was a part of shedding the fake persona. Like,
yeah. And I had to break your cycle every time. Okay, let's break your cycle. Let's break your cycle. And each time you went a little bit further away, a little bit further away, and eventually you were just like, this is stupid.
Right.
You know. Every time I had to hit you with a different angle. Okay, I told you this way, and it didn't really penetrate. So I got to tell you the same different. And if that penetrates or it doesn't penetrate, then we'll know if
you stop. But at those times, that's kind of crazy. Like, the way you talk to me now, like, I didn't really get that type of talking to unless I was in trouble. Like, it was more, I don't know.
Because then I'm preaching.
Yeah.
And I only preach when you're in trouble.
Exactly. Like, it was definitely like so I know you're lying because, like, a layout of everything. So I'm going to ask you again. And I'm just like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like, she coming this way. She's coming this way. She's coming this way. And it's like, I can't confide in you at those moments. It's just like, okay, back there in the house, just.
Yeah, because I wasn't verbal sparring. Verbal sparring is going back and forth with you. Dominating you is what I used to do because I didn't know how to spar.
So I'm working on it right now.
Yeah, so that's why I'm learning how not to cut you off and learning how to let you complete your thoughts. And even though, like, I just had something beautiful for you, but I'm working on not cutting you off. I went like this, but,
Sorry.
If it's meant to be, it'll come back. But, yeah. I don't remember, but
the guy with the
styrofoam in his nose, right? Yeah, I as a child, but why was I telling a story about my childhood?
Because I said, let me regain. Because you said that things in your childhood sometimes were bad, but you didn't think they were bad.
Doing stints.
Yeah.
Doing stints.
I'm happy I'm able to help you because usually I can't help people do that. Like, yeah. I'm getting better.
You're developing your photographic memory and your memory recall.
Listening.
Yeah. So all of that. You actually have to filter things through. When you actually listen, you filter it through. When you're not listening, it goes in one ear and out the other, literally, because you're not listening. But when you actually are listening, you filter it through and you make it applicable to you, to make it make sense to you. That way when I say, dang, where did I leave off? Because you are listening and you filter through, you can tell me where I left off and you actually can tell me in your words. Oh yeah, so good. You're actually starting to listen to me.
Yeah.
You don't have to listen to everybody.
Right. I remember there would be times that this happens rarely, but it's not very frequent that I'm able to, like, recall and be like, oh yeah. I'd be like, oh, I forgot, ha ha, wee brain, like.
Yeah. But what's the point where you went from mom's lecturing me to I need to go sit in one of mom's lectures? You understand?
I feel like, who was before Naya? What was I doing before Naya? I feel like when you started helping my friends. When you started helping me with my friends, it seemed more of like a. You didn't seem like an enemy. You seemed more like, okay.
And you saw me telling them the same stuff that I tell you, but I also said it probably nicer to them.
Exactly, like.
Yeah. Oh, that's what she means.
Right.
And I wasn't making you my enemy.
And at the same time, they would come to me and be like, "Oh, your mom said." I'm like, "Yeah, duh." She's like, "Yeah, duh." Anyways.
Yeah, I'm Yoda.
Right? Like, yeah, it's just mom. Anyways, like, and it became kind of normal.
That's dope.
Yeah. I couldn't really imagine.
I had a bias against Pissy Pumpkin.
Which is fine. I mean,
she was. Okay, let's do this. Let's do some shadow work real quick. Why did I have a problem with Pissy Pumpkin? And honestly, because she reminded me of my childhood. And in that space, there's probably a piece of resentment towards her because...
That was you at one point in how you used to act as a person or something? Or how you treated other people or what?
No, just coming from a family where nobody wants you, they literally treat you like you're a problem. Like, to come from that background, like I said, people used to just drop my ass off and...
Hope they take care of you.
Didn't care. Did not care what happened to me and then come pick me up. Like, it felt to me that my parents would drop me off, allow me the time to get over the fact that they dropped me off. And then when I find happiness, they would always come and pick me up and go drop me off somewhere else. Aww. And I would be like, yo, y'all don't want me, but you don't want me to be happy.
Well, that makes so much sense why you're so up to move.
And why I'm so pessimistic.
Right, because you're just like, don't get comfortable.
Yeah, and happiness is gonna get ripped away from you.
Happiness isn't forever.
Because as soon as I found happiness, okay, you drop me off here, let me make this my home. Here comes my dad. After the whole period of literally looking out the window, hoping my dad shows up. And for years, he left me at his dad's girlfriend's house. I completed the 7th grade, like, twice. Other people had to 3 times, but that time I ran away. But 3 times, twice, people had to enroll me in school because I was at their house that long. And
that's like 4 weeks already.
No, like summer goes into winter break goes into let's register this kid for school, which
so
means
your parents would take you at like a reasonable time to leave, but not in the middle of something.
No,
like they took you on break, or they would.
You're still thinking I had parents who cared. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask if you had parents in school. Did your parents put you in school?
Yes, I was registered in school because when my father moved to Colorado, he was clean. So he did what clean dad does.
How old were you? You don't know?
I was in the 3rd grade and I failed the 1st grade.
8, 9, so 9.
So I was 9 years old, 9, 10 in the 3rd grade, and we moved to Park Hill, and Dad immediately fell in with his friends. Like, these are your friends. Like, welcome back. Here's some. I literally walked downstairs and saw my dad. This is what's staying into my brain.
Right now?
Oh yeah, I can see it. But what's crazy, I almost cried a bunch of times.
I know, but I'm about to say don't. Cause
no.
It's like, I can feel it coming.
But this is a healing session, so let's have it. You're helping me heal childhood trauma, so let's have it. And this is why words are spells. This is why you pay attention to what you say. Hey, Ion. This is why you...
apologizing then.
No, you don't say sorry unless it's a real reason to say it. Otherwise, we're living.
Something in you. Like,
yeah.
It gives you pain.
Let's start releasing that energy.
Yes, hi, Ion.
Oh, Bailey said hi. I can move next to her, so... No, hold on. I'm like, she looks like a printer.
Right? Hi. Yeah, we were talking about her upbringing and childhood and such.
Yes, apparently we are having an inner child healing session.
Yeah, so back to the whole, so you can imagine this happening right now. Like, that's what you're looking at? Like, when you see Poppy's face now, do you think about that? Or do you not?
No, even though my dad treated me the way that my dad treated me, my dad was the only person who I identified as someone who loved me.
Safe.
Not safe. Someone who loved me. for my definition of love, right? Because that's the only love. My mom, ooh, that's what Shifu said. Shifu said, this man,
That's why you're in that class every week.
man, I'm telling you. First of all, he said a good teacher leads, doesn't give answers. So, and he also says less is more. So I give too many answers to y'all. I need to stop giving y'all answers. Y'all just gonna have to figure stuff out for yourself. But anyway,
she's gonna work on it.
I am. But he said, when's the last time you remember being happy? Because I referred to my childhood as doing stints. And he was like, he probably made the connection because I called it a stint in relation to prison. I thought that my childhood was a prison. But my childhood, I love my childhood. I'm thankful for my childhood. But I ain't gonna lie, that was prison. I was in prison in my childhood. I was trapped. I had no fucking way out. Like, you feel trapped? Your trapped looks different than what my trap looks like. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean your trap is any more or less valid than being trapped, right?
It's just how
you don't have a car, you don't have money, you don't have all these different things, so you feel trapped.
Right, it makes sense.
And my trap was
your parents picking you up, dropping you off. You can't get your own personality. You can't get your own friend. You can't get your own situation.
So that's why when you come to me, you're like, Mom, I can't make friends because you keep switching my schools. I'm like, friends aren't that important. We'll find some more.
Right.
Because I never made an authentic
Because you're
friend.
like, well, it's true. Like, you don't need them. Like, you still graduated and stuff. Like, you still...
I mean, it proves to be true. But just because it's true doesn't mean that's the seed that I need to plant into my child that friendships aren't worth holding on to.
Letting Angel stay. But it's like... She probably should move for her own good.
Oh, we're moving. She's staying because I'm lazy and they can walk to school.
Okay, good.
Let's
I'm
keep it
hoping
cheap.
it's not because like
that was too much location information. I have to pay attention to the location because once we move, we gotta put all location information on lock. It don't matter now because there's only 3 people out there. 2 or 3.
I literally was forced to be in my room, isolated. I felt trapped, but I grew to value the solitude. Exactly. That's what my mom was kind of enforcing after when she was able to be a parent. That, like, you know...
Be okay with being alone.
It's not going to hurt you. Like, it doesn't hurt you to be alone.
It's going to develop you, but I didn't know how... I didn't have the language. I didn't know how to articulate it. So I would just say, you don't need any friends. Because it's true, you don't need any friends. I would say, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm switching your schools all the time. It does matter. Like, in her emotional development and her ability to create attachments and not feel that her life is being ripped away.
That really seems like
I ripped your lives away just like my life was ripped away.
That's crazy. How, like, I didn't think about it like that.
Neither did I. This is all divinity, girl. I don't sit here and this is it. This is my gift. You should book your coaching session with me.
Lack of empathy and only logic. I understand. Exactly.
Yeah. That's it. And I thought I was superior because I am logical brain. Because I do have an analytical brain. It does make sense to move my child from school to school to school so that I can find her the best academic fit. It makes sense. Especially as a black parent, you want the best for your kids so you can brag to your friends and say, yeah, my kid went to the elite schools too. You know, so I wanted that. I was running with that crowd. I was well in my way. I was a single mother that was trying to keep up with the Black Joneses. You had all the birthday parties, and shout out to Centrella and Phil. What was...
I don't know the parents' names.
Oh, he was so... the mask. You can tell me because you're still friends with them. This was his, light-skinned glasses. Elliot's
dad.
What was his dad's name? Gil or Phil?
Either way.
Doesn't matter. I just want to shout them out because your Red Lobster birthday party,
they helped.
They didn't help. They paid for it.
Aww.
He pulled me to the side.
Aw, you thinking about it right now?
Because I've been so blessed.
Don't make it.
No, because I've been so blessed through everything. I've been overcarried.
A 5 or whatever it was.
My God, a group of 5-year-olds at a Red Lobster birthday party. And that was doing it big at the level that I was at. Now my eyes are burning. Could you imagine with some money? Y'all would have been at Whatever the steakhouse is, easy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's why when y'all were looking, I don't want to cut you off, but that's why when y'all look at Kim Kardashian in Northwest and you're like, oh my God, that's so, no, you want to indulge your child on their birthday. You ain't got to indulge them every day. My freaking eyes are burning. I don't know what was on my hands. You don't have to indulge your child every day, but on certain days.
Your towel or something?
On certain days, not just birthdays, big them up. Hell yeah, you get a new outfit. Hell yeah, it's all about you. Hell yeah, if you want 3 desserts, you get 3 desserts. What do you want? It's your motherfucking day. When is your child allowed to feel like nobody else matters? In a lifetime where they're made to feel like they don't fucking matter because they're a child. They don't get 1 day a year, maybe 2.
Right. Christmas and birthday.
That makes me feel different about holidays now. Because I've never valued holidays because I was always overlooked during holidays. I literally watched my stepbrother get piles of gifts and I got nothing.
You forgot about those or feelings, or you suppressed those feelings? What do you think you kind of did now?
No, it's because Shifu said.
What did Shifu say? Tell us what Shifu said.
Simba.
Right.
Shifu said, when do you remember being happy as a child? And I said, I don't. I was never happy as a child. But I remember climbing up on the pissy mattress against the wall. Even though we had rats and roaches, I was so young to know that that was not cool. And that was with my mom.
My birthday is 4 days away from Christmas, and I never received a birthday gift.
And see, that's crazy. That's crazy that we really tell our kids, you got to decide between your birthday or Christmas. You can't have both. Right. Why not? Every other kid gets to celebrate their birthday and Christmas, except for the Christmas babies, because for some reason we can't budget to get you a gift for both.
That, or we can't.
Write happy birthday on half the fucking gifts.
Literally, it was so depressing.
I'm sorry, friend, because I would have been that parent. I probably was that parent.
No, you. The thing
I
is,
go off for birthdays.
Is that
I got trauma. I go off for birthdays.
We went to escape rooms. That was fun.
Yeah.
Like, you've always done what I wanted to do. It was never.
And you said you want to go to Hawaii for your birthday this year, and I'm like, let's make it happen. When you said you wanted to have a birthday party, I am dying.
You need some water?
I think it's the peppers. Somehow I came into contact with your peppers.
I hope not.
That was in my throat. I'm good. I appreciate the love, though.
No problem.
Whenever you said you wanted to have a birthday party, I acknowledged it. And then
I've healed that trauma, though. Exactly. It made me believe I wasn't worth being gifted, but only being a gift giver. I've healed that trauma, though.
Bless
and I'm
you,
glad
Tyler.
you both are, too. This is literally this conversation right now. I'm realizing, that's probably why I feel not necessarily insecure with myself, but I feel I'm not worth knowing long enough,
I'm sorry I created that space.
No, you're fine, but this conversation is opening that situation. That makes sense why I feel that way.
So now we know why this conversation is being triggered, because we're in this space. We're both in this space, which is weird.
So
we're both having relationship issues at the same time.
Right? And it is so weird. It's like...
It's weird that my 18-year-old is my confidant. And she's like, I know, Mom.
Like, tell me about it.
No, Ayan wasn't on the last conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They say, you are a sweetheart. You are definitely worthy of being valued. Me too, child. All right, thank you. I appreciate that, because
I
had to choose me for once in my life. That's exactly... There was a point where I was like, I want to live in a van. I literally told my mom, forget everything else. Forget going to school. This is what I want to do when I'm old enough. So I completely understand being able to choose yourself and do what you want to do, because who else is going to make you happy after being told,
what happiness is.
Right? You're supposed to feel happy when this happens. But even when you don't even get that situation, it's just
we mask and we feel that we're not masking because we chose our mask, right? There's a difference between maskers. One are the people who are forced into a position of wearing a mask, which means you're going to walk like this, talk like this, and if you don't, I'm going to terrorize you. And then there's the other people who go into masking and they do it because they choose, well, if I have to choose an identity, this is the identity I'm going to choose. Those are the problematic ones because they truly are under the impression that they are not masking just because they chose their identity. Some people are forced into an identity and some people choose an identity, and the ones that chose the identity is who we live with.
They say no one will make you happy. They might add on to your happiness. You are the creator of your feelings. Exactly. Exactly. That's really what I'm realizing right now. Well, not right now, but like just as I move forward. Because right now, I'm moving from the space of just graduating to now I'm making my own life. I'm becoming my own adult. And it's like no one else is going to do the work to make the life I want. I have to do it. So.
But you need to have patience with yourself. In this space, you have prime opportunity to X. And it's up to you to utilize this time to X.
Right.
You know what I'm
saying? To get to X. There's this route, this route, this route.
And try them all if you choose.
Right.
Some of the other routes, you know, you can learn from others' mistakes, like your mama who has done it all on the bad side. So you don't have to be me. You know, like Angel said to me the other day, she was like, no, because I'm gonna be better than you. And I was like, heck yeah, you're gonna be better than me.
Did you get your dirty clothes out the bathroom?
Do not aspire to be
go get them?
like me.
Go put them in the dirty clothes basket.
Just aspire to think like me.
That's a fact. Oh, let's see. Bye-bye. Hi, thank you.
Haley!
Um,
This is community right here. The gang's all here.
That's a fact. Time is an illusion. Lean on your villages. Hey, daughter, you're so beautiful. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, this is why, you know, I was telling her words are spells. We can sit and waste time talking about stuff, whatever the stuff is, or every time we open our mouths and our hearts to each other. You saw that Ion right on time. If we open our hearts to each other, then, you know, I'm filling her cup and she's filling mine. And so we're constantly, if ascensions are because we're changing and evolving our thinking, right? That's how we ascend, because we're changing our understanding. And if we get to the point where all we do is impact each other's understanding, we're constantly leveling each other up. So this is me and Bailey's relationship. This is how we talk, period.
Exactly.
You know, and
like there's times where I might actually, you know, trigger a cry, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like I've cried a couple times tonight.
And it's good. Like, I'm glad we're able to talk like that, because it takes me to a level where it's like, if I'm not speaking to people like that, I feel
gypped.
But I just feel like I didn't really, not necessarily gain, but like, you're wasting her time. Yeah, I'm looking for the right words. I'm sorry. But, period, she says. Exactly, it's a beautiful thing to witness. Big facts. Yeah. But it's like, if you're not trying to gain the same mental elevation, then what's really the point of having the conversation?
What's the point? Go off. Oh, hold on, that's the wrong one. Go off, Lee.
Thank you. And I don't want to I'm tired of missing the mark with people. Because, like, I'll aim big and then...
Washing the dishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
I'll aim big and then this person, they're not able to handle it. So it's like, what do I need to do
Pay attention to what you're doing.
to just relax and basically find myself? Because, like I said, like, we've had the solitude. I've had the being alone, but I haven't been I'm okay with being alone. It's just...
You spend time alone and you're okay being alone, but you're still uncomfortable with being alone because you've been in forced solitude your entire life. And now that you have an opportunity to be around people, you want to be around people, but unfortunately, and you have that touch where you want to be touched, you know. And unfortunately, in order to be around people, they want something from you because they don't know how to be around people, especially from the opposite sex, because we're taught to look at each other as sexual objects, and so we can't appreciate each other for simply. And this is speaking from the heterosexual perspective.
Not to mention,
frame this how you want to. But hold on. And so, just hold it in your head. And so, because we we don't know how to be around, the gender that we're attracted to. Okay, Spirit reset me so I can say it correctly. Instead of giving a disclaimer, Spirit corrected me. Thank you. And so, we, whatever gender we're attracted to, we want to hang around with them. That's why we want to have friends. We want to have friends that pique our interest, which is going to be the gender that we're attracted to, because in friendship, I'm only attracted to you in your personality traits, but in relationship, I should be attracted to your personality traits, and so I can get you. So if you're attracted to them in both parts, then good. The problem is we go and attract to people that we want to get you, and we're not friends. We don't have friends in our lovers, and that's the problem. That's why friends make the best lovers. But when your friends take you from the friend zone to the lover zone, they don't know how to still be a friend. They immediately jump into the lover zone, which is how they treated everybody else. And so you have to say, no. This is how you treat me.
Right. This is why I need to do the boundaries.
I'm telling you, you better soak this game up.
Right
What
now.
Ion say?
Your energy budget is slim. Draining and non-reciprocal people cost too much. I get it completely.
You better pop your stuff, Ion. I don't know how you're still in Arizona and we haven't met. But that's okay. I'm going to let you be great because this is a choice of yours. I'm trying.
Ooh.
No, I'm working. No,
one-sided.
No, I'm seeing their perspective, okay? I'm going to pop my stuff because I'm disappointed, Ion. But also, I also see that this is different. This is different. This is different. And I'll just say that. We're moving in a different energy. Receive. Anyway, I also understand if you were comfortable, good language. If
I'm
you
with
were
my
comfortable-
family.
You
Your
have
feelings
family
are
out here?
valid. Yes.
I didn't know you had family out
Your
here.
feelings
See,
are valid.
I was so assumptions. Worst case scenario.
That's
for
what I'm
Ion.
saying.
Man,
I was like, don't one side, Ion.
You better teach me, Ion. So
Right.
I immediately went to the worst case scenario that you was sitting in your van in the middle of the woods just ignoring me. And I was like, this child is out here ignoring me. God dang it, we need to make a physical
That's
connection.
hilarious.
Especially now that you done met Bailey and we could all just sit and wrap it up and be really, really
Yep.
thoughtful together.
Casa Grande, Chandler, all that.
Okay. Sister
Support.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I was
you,
getting to
Lee.
that one.
That's community right there. That's
For
an
sure.
OG because I don't
Thank
even
you.
do sister support though. The merch is
Thank
available at
you.
LonnieLifestyle.com because we still sister support, right?
Right?
That's
We
just an OG.
receive.
Just like my name has changed so many times, I know who's talking to me based on the name that they use. And I know what era of my life they're from because I've done stints.
Beach body.
Right? And so because of that, like sister support is a timestamp in my history. Whether I keep it up, it doesn't mean that it has value today or it doesn't have value today. What it means,
Hike. Yes.
what it means is it's a timestamp to me. Like sister support was an era, and because I'm constantly trying things, I'm like, okay, is this gonna catch on? Is this gonna catch on? Is this gonna catch on? It catches on for some. It catches on for who it matters to. And for Lee, sister support caught on. And for many in our community, sister support caught on. And I know that you're a motherfucking OG. So when we out here doing what the heck we out here doing, I know you've been around since the motherfucking beginning, so you get favorite treatment. Y'all, because need to know, y'all gonna get preferential treatment. When I'm doing a show, who's gonna be on the VIP list? Motherfucking Lee, motherfucking Ion.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't miss that. Don't
You
miss
know,
that.
The OGs. The OGs are gonna be on the VIP list, not some other trumped up celebrity or somebody I just met so I can say so and so was at the event. No, my motherfucking OGs. If I come to your city, you wanna come to a show, drop me a DM. You might wanna either connect with me personally or never change your avatar. Otherwise, I won't know who you
I
are.
appreciate you as well.
But-
We both do.
Like me and Ion, we rock. You know, so Ion can come to me by any means, and I know who Ion is. You know, Lee, I know you from your avatar. So become a part of my subconscious so that whenever you reach out to me, I know who you are. And guaranteed, me knowing who you are is a good thing, right? People like me, it's good to have people like us know who we are. So I can always reach out to you. You could always reach out to me. And at this point, at the level of our relationship, advise. Eventually, our relationship could get to the point of, you know, I need tickets to the show. Alhamdulillah, you know.
Really reminds me of my daughter.
We out here.
Thank you.
Yes. My little baby. We out here. That's all I'm saying. Community is beautiful.
It's getting long, guys.
I know.
It's okay. I looked at it. Hey. I know I didn't spell your name
What's
right.
going on? Huh?
You're okay. You're moving fast.
We don't say sorry anymore.
Yeah.
Unless it's something that we truly like. When Shifu grabbed my hand because my ring finger is swollen, you know, I was like, oh, let go, let go, let go. You know, because he's teaching me, and
I forgot
I'm
your
like,
hands do that.
yeah, I was like,
That's
oh, let go,
horrible.
let go, let go. And he's
Yeah,
like,
never mind.
I'm sorry. And I was like, we don't say sorry. He was like, this is a situation that you actually say sorry. But yeah, when you grab somebody's swollen finger, like, yoked my ass up. And so, otherwise we don't say sorry. We're humans. We're having a human existence. So there's no, is Trini in the building? Trini, Trin. What's up?
Oh.
You know, so we,
Thank you. Hi.
yeah,
We jumped. We went from Poppy to.
oh yeah. Oh yeah, so you know, we moved back to Colorado. He got in with his friends, and I was just saying, this is what friendship looks like. Soon as you get into town, you hook your friend up with the drug dealer. Like, that's what friendship looked like for my father at the time. And he had just went through a divorce. And I remember when he came home, his knuckles were all bloody. And so I was just like, I was like, what happened? He was like, I fell. And I believed it, but clearly I didn't believe it because it's imprinted on my brain at the age that I am. So, no, you didn't fall. This was the first manifestation of DV
You don't
within him.
anymore.
This is the first piece of evidence that I witnessed that my father was a violent human being. Appreciate it, friend. And so, and this isn't me running my dad. He has his own trauma to deal with that manifested in drama.
Hey, Mom, did
You know,
Mama we did it?
Does that look clean, Bubba?
Yeah.
I mean, Kaden, look at it. Whenever you wash something, you look at it.
I feel like Michael fell asleep.
Whenever you do something, you look at it. And you make sure you actually did what you thought you did, okay?
We did.
You know, so it's not me throwing my dad under the bus. This is me just telling my truth. And my dad was caught out there, but who raised him? We can tell who raised him by the way he raised me.
That's another thing. You're about to fall asleep.
We appreciate you, Lee. Look, I'm going to reload all the lives. If you do not follow me on Ronnie Appleton Live on YouTube, make sure you follow me so you don't have to sit here for the hours that I be on live, you know.
No.
But I love the love when you come and you talk to me,
Right?
and you see the value. You see the value in making that connection, because when you see the value in making that connection, you're in the network. You're celebrating. You're part of the community. You deserve that, and we deserve that. This is the sisterhood and the brotherhood in the village that we all say we want. And all it took was making a comment and double tapping the screen and making yourself known.
Interacting with people. Ion says, I want to meet y'all so far, but we got to plan a hike or something. Let me know when or where, and I'm there. Stop. We're working on the physical part. Yes, we appreciate your support here,
We do.
and I hope you get a good night rest.
Oh, well, you know, then you just got to sit on the lives, my friend. You just got to sit on the lives.
That can be a starting point. That's Ion said. We need to understand the trauma of those that raised us, understand the trauma that's in us. Exactly, because, I mean, that's what this is right here, where it's like, okay, I'm not going to act like I can't.
What are you
doing? He's getting the red stuff out. Exactly.
He's using his brain.
They didn't want to camp and stuff till he did it. Now he wants to go.
They did.
Trey didn't want to camp and stuff till he did it, and now he always wants to go. He likes camping.
Yeah,
exactly.
Introduce him to something new.
Right? And that
we
means
have to be open.
Hiking.
Oh, that's what you
the
were saying.
outdoorsy thing.
I was trying to be all prolific, and she's like, "That means we gotta go hiking." I was like, "I was about to go deep with it, all introspective."
Support.
Yeah, sister support.
I had to do that with my family so I could leave that victim mentality.
Yeah, so, and maybe that's what we're doing tonight. It turned into a healing session, and that's what it should be. When you guys are like, I don't know, but something about Lonnie, I always feel better after I watch one of her videos, or after, I watch one of her lives, or after I have a messaging session with her, a coaching session with her, after all those different things. No, don't play with that. That'll cut your finger open, okay?
I think we should be done, okay?
Want to wash the dishes? Let him wash the dishes. He ain't hurting nobody.
Go back over there again.
He is occupied with something he's interested in, so let him be occupied with something besides YouTube.
Okay.
And so,
you're right. No YouTube.
Yeah. And so, knowing my dad's history, I remember when I wrote my book, Reopen Trauma for Him. When I wrote my book, I talk about my childhood loosely. Lord, I saw that my dad has a YouTube channel. Lord forbid he finds a TikTok channel. Lord forbid he finds this TikTok channel. It's trouble. Oh, some haters gonna be sliding my dad's DM. You should check out this TikTok page.
I was watching to keep up with my grandkids, but then
oh my God, this was a suggested video. No, somebody's gonna go through all 1,000 videos so they can find that one video to send to my dad to start some stuff. But guess what? I don't care.
You got it.
Yeah, he needs to deal in that stuff. If his truth makes him outraged, good. Deal with your crap.
Maybe that's why he tries to be a present I don't know. I want to say he's a present grandfather for me, but like in general, he's kind of just been there.
No, he's not present for you. He's present for my sister's children. Right. And he's present for my sister. But in his defense, they're present in his life, so he's reciprocating. He's reciprocating with me the amount of effort that I'm making. And even if he did make more effort, would I be receptive to it? I would probably dodge his calls, text him, because I don't want a relationship with him. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to. Like, you crave me. I don't crave my dad.
Wait a minute.
The language, you desire, you want,
desire?
Exactly. You're craving. You're craving Lightning McQueen right now. He holds value in your life, and just like he's craving you right now. Because you are a part of their ecosystem and XYZ, and that's cool. That's how you know they're going to be back. Your feelings are matching his feelings because you're a reflection of each other.
I understand your crave word. We don't want to talk about him anymore.
No, we're just teaching. We're teaching. And this is a teaching channel.
I get it.
I'm a comedian and I'm a teacher. I'm all the above. Ooh. Dang it. Anyway, so my dad never anchored into me, and so. I want to know, I tell my kids, we talk about death a lot.
Ow.
And
okay.
Pick that up. So if you kick a fork and you're washing dishes, but if you kick a fork anyway, what do you think you should do? Pick it up?
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
I saw my stepdad as a monster growing up, but as an adult, my relationship is better with him than probably genetic hurt me dad.
I know what genetic means.
Biological.
It's a bio.
Right? Ugh.
That's some work for you to do.
I'm just kidding. That's hilarious.
All jokes come from a place of truth.
But I feel like that type of joke...
I'll be sitting up here crying about my childhood still, so...
I feel like James Bond. That's hilarious.
Young 007.
Right?
I love people's profile names.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, and that's no coincidence. That was divinity as well.
Right.
Somebody messaged me today and they were saying that they've been having a lot of revealing dreams, and then they ended up having a sinus headache. And I was like, well, you're clearly being blocked. Now you have to discern based on those dreams, based on what's been going on in your reality. I was like, there's no coincidence that you and I were brought together at this time. Potentially I am her Joseph since she's been coming to Bible study. Potentially I am her. I do Bible study every day, 12 p.m. noon Mountain Standard Time. You know, so...
Damn, that's a lot of soap.
Yo, that's a lot of soap. You think you should use a little less next time, huh? I think so. Just a little less. Good job.
Oh.
Thank God it's already empty. So
Right?
Like,
lost the momentum. Right? Just like the whole thing just falls all out.
I don't think you need any more, kiddo. I know
need to add water.
I know we're joking, but you need more. Yeah, add some water and you know how you make the bubbles in the bath? It'll make more soap and then you get some good water. Look at all those soap. Look at those bubbles.
Look at these.
You got plenty. Oh, look, they pour out. You got so many bubbles. And
what are you telling me about?
Look at the confidence. Look at it.
Right?
I know how to wash your
You
dishes.
gotta-
No more soap.
He thought he could pull us. That was his little trick. Okay, and you gotta wipe off the outside too.
Yeah, you gotta wipe out the outside and the inside. You look on all areas. Anywhere it can be cleaned, that's what you clean, okay? So pay attention. It's called paying attention to detail.
Dang, when do you wanna start doing that? Cause we still gotta go outside.
Okay, guys, we can still talk. We actually gotta get up and work. So our voice is gonna go down, but we're supposed to be making s'mores, not sitting here talking on live. But we
That's
can.
boring to watch though.
Duality. What, making s'mores?
No, clean the kitchen.
I know, but it has to be done. So we have to do both.
We have to.
It's either that or leave it for Angel to do, and that's not fair to her, especially when we already energetically said we're going to do it, so we must match that vibration, or we will leave a negative vibration out there and we don't want to do it. So we must do it.
This old woman.
I'm a young woman. I'm aging backwards. Aging backwards. But yeah, my dad did the best that he could with the tools that he had available to him. And I understand that we say that so we feel like, yeah, we don't know what
Do you want
that
me
means.
to wash the dishes? Can you wash dishes?
Yes, I could just not make a fist. Young Padawan.
She was still up before your young self.
Oh yeah, she got it. I stood up before you is what she says. So while you talking all that yeah.
Oh,
you see, I decoded that one quickly, Tren. I was like, yeah, Tren.
Ooh.
Yeah, Tren.
I just didn't want to like alarm her with my fast movement. I'm sorry, right? Like, oh, I'm Sonic. Come on.
You know,
You're not done it.
Call
You
a
haven't
thing a
seen
thing, Kaden.
me?
Call a thing a thing.
That's hilarious.
You know, everybody says, you know, our parents did the best that they could with the tools that they had. Everybody says that. But who truly comes into a space of understanding to where they can actually understand?
Yeah, I'm about to say that word.
Yeah, understand to a space of you're creating a newfound bond. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, so I won't receive that because I was going to say, if that's the case, how come I haven't grown closer to my father? And that's because I have way too much attachment.
A whole experiment.
I have way too much attachment,
Dang.
baggage, or absence of desire.
You stop
It's-
looking at
it's
him now.
clean.
He went crazy.
Yeah, you know, to want a relationship, like, I don't need that. Like, there's no value. I learned to only, this is probably why the other person, you should never stop. I said stop. Actually, I've told you multiple times and you chose to continue, so you're done.
That is
Thank
third
you.
time, actually.
That's more than, no.
Ooh.
We gave you multiple chances, correct? So just stop. Go rinse your hands off. Just leave it right there. Just leave it right there. At what point are you going to start listening? Are you going to start listening now? Just leave it right there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna start listening. So leave it right there. Stop. Yep. Just set it down.
Good job.
Thank you. Now please walk away from the kitchen.
You can go wash your hands in the sink in the bathroom, okay?
Please walk away from the kitchen. Thank you. It's okay. No.
Around.
You made your choices. It's okay to live in your choices.
You gotta go rinse your hands off.
Next time when you're told to stop, you'll listen, right?
Yeah.
Then you get to keep doing what you want to do. So these are all your choices. So go wash your hands, kiddo. This is gentle parenting. Not telling your kid to go sit in the corner and say, this is time out. No.
April 7th.
Yeah. Oh, that's still okay, yes. April 7th, April 8th, April 4th.
Who's April 8th?
April 9th.
I'm like,
who's April? Hold on.
There's a new one?
Is there another one?
right? Like, what?
Is Beasley the 8th? Or
Yeah.
Is Beasley the 9th too?
She's the 9th.
Okay, so
We
she's
share
the
a
same
birthday.
day. Somebody is the 8th, but I don't know who. I'm gonna make it make sense. That's where Dre
Neela.
is like, I'm always moving the goalposts. Somebody's on the 8th.
Right.
But that's when I'm really moving the goalposts.
right. That's different.
Otherwise, he just don't be knowing what the hell he talking about.
This is gonna be a game changer week for us. Watch.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Am I included? Like, does the 9th fall with the 4th, or what's going on here?
I need some
I need to
chapstick.
know.
What?
I need to
I
know.
want some more.
I'm going to be watching.
You want some more?
Some more.
Some
S'mores.
That's fine, but you just leave the kitchen alone. That's it. You're alleviated.
What?
What about England then?
Because Angels is not going to clean the kitchen. I'm going to. What? You young, yet you don't need to be aging backwards. Exactly. Like, it's just jokes. It's all jokes. I don't mean it when I call my mom old.
When you call me what?
Elder.
But
it'd be useful to know if it works so you can change age how you like. Right. Like, so I could find what age I like the most.
Yep. Find whatever the version of you that you like the most. Go back to it. Why can't you? You have the wealth of that knowledge with the wisdom of this knowledge. Now age yourself backwards to the version of you. It's just like, man, if I had this knowledge when I was 20, go back to your 20s. And that doesn't mean go out clubbing and doing all the irresponsible things you did. That means age yourself back and do the things that you should have accomplished in your 20s now. And watch yourself age backwards. The reason why you're aging is because you're not reaching your highest potential.
So I need to live in the present so I can see what it's like to be 18.
Not living to your highest potential at your current age is how you will end up living in regret. That's why I like my 40s. That's why when someone was like, can you give me some advice about the 40s? We love our 40s because we're finally living in the age where we do what we want to.
Yeah, there was this old man who was my Lyft driver, and he was like, he said he wanted to climb a tree, and I told him to climb it. I mean, like, just to do it. Just to climb that tree. I told him to go climb that tree.
Yeah. And that's what I love about Dre. Dre will hop on a skateboard. Dre will,
right?
Ride a bike. Dre will
play football.
Do all those kiddie things,
That's so funny.
So he allows himself to live in that energy. Thanks for the love, guys. We're not taking it for granted. We appreciate you. But you have to have balance, and that's what I had to learn. I couldn't be all logical brain, drill sergeant. I had to, spend time with my kids too. Drill sergeant over here got mad at me because she was trying to cook dinner, and I was running in a circle around the...
It felt like a giant Kaden. I'm like, bruh.
I was running in a circle like Kaden does in the kitchen. Just for no reason.
I'm like, what's going on?
Singing Linkin Park in people's ears.
Right. I was telling a lady in a live last night, if you feel like dancing when you're shopping, you gotta dance.
Yeah, why not? If more people lived in their joy and bliss, more people would live in their joy and their bliss, right? Who's gonna be the first person to do it?
Right.
Why not
Who's gonna make the flash mob happen? Come on. Who's gonna make this happen? Make some magic happen.
Yeah,
Right. Everybody just...
It's close to midnight. Something evil lurking in the dark.
Exactly,
you
just
got
like
me
that. That's hilarious.
Don't ask me about Michael Jackson. Don't disrespect the great. Even though I haven't taught you about Michael Jackson, doesn't mean you have not absorbed Michael Jackson.
He does know Michael Jackson. Michael was just playing Michael Jackson the other day.
Because it's Thriller.
Hey.
Yo, why did we pull up to Michael's today and Katie was like, there's Michael's store. He knows how to read the name Michael.
Right?
Please, we're not climbing. No, but these are we're maturing. No, not right now. We're maturing.
A piggyback ride.
We're maturing. All right, angle this so we can clean these dishes.
All right.
It's close to midnight.
She says to move it around so we can clean the dishes.
You what? No.
This is the best
No, you
part.
forfeited your opportunity. It's okay.
Yeah, I did get up. Okay?
Look, I'm not sure what we don't. Right down. You did an amazing job.
This is Caden's dishwashing. He washed all of those dishes, he
You did
says.
an amazing job, my friend. But
Yeah, no, I usually don't do this, but today I'm
But no one said
stepping
you
up
did
to the
a
plate.
bad job of washing dishes. What I'm saying is you did not listen, and because you chose not to listen,
a
you lose
dishes
the privilege.
after everybody else eating.
You lose
the
the
best.
privilege. Yeah, we're coming to the realization that our family is a phony. And how do we correct it? But we can't correct it because half of us are authentic and the other half isn't. And they don't know that they're not.
Consistent, we'll say. Because if we understand that people can move,
They
and
can be
nice people, but it's not consistent.
So they don't believe that they're fake, but they are. I'm so bad with washing up. They're bad. They're not bad. They're
Unsupportive. They're not cooperating.
They're phony. You know, in my current language.
Don't feel guilty. It's
What
normal.
the heck is going on? Go
It's
get
a
some
normal.
business.
Dishes.
No,
on.
you don't put it up while it's still wet. You put it on the strainer and
You're gonna slip off the
this
counter.
thing is
And
dirty.
there's glass
See?
up by his foot too.
Oh, yeah. Look. Remember when I told you? But this might be dry soap. But anyway, remember when I told you after you wash something, you look to see if it's actually clean?
But there's green on the inside, so.
So this isn't actually clean. I think he never washed this. Where did this come from?
Over there by the microwave.
Oh, you never washed that. Never mind. Save that lesson for another time. Ooh, get down. Ooh, that was a bad song I was about to sing. Hello, childhood trauma. I bet you that used to look good when I was in my 20s. That's when I'm going back. I'm going to see. That's how I'm down to 150, which is my 20-something-year-old weight.
That's crazy.
And now I'm about to get that groove back. Hey. Yes. Y'all about to see me. I'm going to be cool all over again. I'm not going to look like an old lady dancing. I'm like, you're like, okay. I'm going to get my swagger back. Watch. I already have my swagger. Speak as though it's so.
Ooh, I just love how they're able to incorporate vegetables into literally everything.
I know. You
I
can
just
do.
force you guys to eat all
You
those greens.
force, no, you
Lovingly pureed.
you lovingly
Blended.
forced us to eat vegetables.
Peace, joy, and abundance. Enjoy your shift. Make good decisions. Take care of yourself.
Peace,
Eat
joy,
well.
and abundance.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, friend.
Rice.
We're cleaning up.
Alright, look at you. You got salad, you got tacos, you got s'mores.
You treat me so good. So anyway,
We work together now.
we cooked dinner. And I made food for me and my children. Because that's how I do. You know? Especially on taco nights. Why make a bunch of extra tacos and nobody's going to eat the tacos? So everybody's old enough, besides Michael and Caden and my husband. You know, sometimes, not all the time.
Save these, like I don't use these.
It's on my, you know, but sometimes I don't make Bailey or Angel or sometimes Dre's plate. So tonight I was like, well, I'm done playing. We're done being fake. So if you guys really aren't truly healing and you're just playing nice to play nice, then I'm done playing nice to play nice. I'm not faking with you anymore. And so when Andre came in here to make his plate, I was like, those are mine. We're supposed to make our own. And then when he came in here and he started to eat something else, and I said, those are something else. And he was like, and he walked out the kitchen, and I'm just like, there was no communication, so he couldn't come in here and say, hey, I talked to Bailey, you know, we got to go to the hospital, so they were crispy earlier. We got to go to the hospital. Can I grab something to eat? He just came in here and started helping himself, but before that, he started buzzing around. I hate when kids fucking buzz around.
That's what he does every night.
I know, he just buzzes around like he's uncomfortable being around us. Why? Because you're fake. And I don't mean that in a bad way. You're not comfortable around us. Why? Don't pretend that you are. Come to terms with why. Tell us why so that we can heal it, deal with it, something. As long as you keep it to yourself and you act like everything's okay, being fake, we're never going to be able to be real.
Mom, are you done looking at my name now?
Here, put that back. We'll use it in Halloween.
Huh?
We'll use it during Halloween.
Dad,
And so,
and the other one.
yeah, we're done faking around here. And I was looking on somewhere, the guy and his girlfriend, I'm sorry I'm eating in front of y'all, but we trying to get to the s'mores. So I'm gonna stuff myself before I go stuff myself. You know how we gluttonous Americans do.
What? Not all of us, nothing.
And so,
Gluttonous Americans.
yeah, we're done faking. I'm treating you how I would treat you. You're a grown-ass man. Figure out your own food situation.
Not to mention, it was already prepared, guys. I mean, she didn't leave it high and dry.
Even if I did, you're a grown-ass man. Figure out your own food
That's what they
situation.
do.
I'm done faking with you.
Kaden, you can't sit on the drawer like that.
Yeah, that's how you break them. Please get off of it.
I'll be there, boy.
For birthdays.
Anybody's birthday.
It's
You ever be
my
watching them?
birthday.
Yeah,
Like
you
my
did it.
birthday, over my birthday.
I would
Look.
have rinsed them. This is a little rinse off. Look. This is a
Smudge.
rinse off.
Mom, look, this is for my
Do what you need to do.
birthday.
I'm not washing this is for you. I'm gonna wipe everything down.
Okay.
Hey,
Anyway.
Mom,
This is catastrophic.
Mom, this is for my birthday.
It is, Bubba. I mean, it is, Kaden. Good job.
I know it's for my birthday, so my birthday is coming up.
Anyway, we're gonna go. We might come back later when we do s'mores, but we healed some childhood trauma tonight. We established, stop leaning on that, dear, and if you can't listen, you're gonna have to get down, okay? That's your last warning.
Okay.
You know, we talk about how words are spells, so you need to pay attention. You know, we made meaning to all these different things that we hear, but we don't apply them to our lives. That's why when I read the Bible every day at noon, Mountain Standard Time, join me. You know, I'm reading it from the perspective to apply the Bible to our everyday lives. Thank you, Amber Nicole. You know, I'm reading the Bible so that we can apply it to our everyday lives. And we need to go through life. We must accelerate. Thank you. I love that you love my transparency, and I love that you are enough in your authenticity that you can tell another human being how you feel. So I love your transparency as well. I genuinely mean that because you elevate me, I elevate you. Your ability to see beyond your own self, to know that if I love on another human, I already know that elevates my vibe. And I love that about you. You know, so reading the Bible from the perspective of, I got all kinds of dirty. I love you too. I do. I love you too, sis. Thank you. You know,
Mom,
tell your network about us. Help us grow this network, girl. Shop the merch, get the book.
Mom, look. I got some more there.
We got a lot of candles, don't we? Because every birthday we buy more candles, and then we just got candles. Anyway, I love you too. I do. But yeah. So I read the Bible from the perspective of how can we apply this to our life, and if we know that in our relationships we are creating these relationships and surrounding ourselves with people, not insulators. We don't want insulators or security blankets. We want people who grow us and who elevate us. And the beautiful thing is, I want you to stop. And the beautiful thing is, we can raise our children to be our best friends.
Did y'all old dog burn my new house?
Okay, please let mommy talk, okay?
It's all bunny,
Okay.
bunny.
I know it's funny. Can you let mommy talk?
Yeah.
Thank you. So if we raise our children to be best friends and to be our best friends, we don't live in the era of I'm not one of your little friends anymore. We can't live in that era. I'm not one of your little friends, but I am one of your best friends. I am your best friend. Because when you're your child's best friend, you can create and mold their mind and teach them and create them to be their highest potential because they are a version of you. You produced it. Thank you for the love.
Doorbell.
It is a doorbell, dear. You said you weren't going to interrupt me anymore, so you need to stop stopping me, okay? You're allowed to go in the drawer and you're allowed to explore, but stop interrupting me. Last time I'm asking, okay?
Wow.
You play me if you want to.
Like, look.
Call me if you want to.
Like, look. It's old.
It is old. Stop. I don't want to talk anymore, okay? You got to put that voice on sometimes.
Okay.
But, yeah, just being confident enough. I got some work to do, y'all, because I was at the little event, and it came to me, you know, because this sister walked in, but she was late, and because she was late, we had to go through everything already, and, you know, Shifu repeats himself already, and so because I am I can't remember the scholar, he said, Patootie or Fasuti or Tatootie or something like that is a scholar. It's a what do you call the Ascended Masters? Not the Ascended Masters. It's the people, the Orishas. Tatootie or something is an Orisha. And it's a scholar. He was just like, you're Tatootie, the scholar, because I'm taking all the notes because I'm just like, what this man knows can't die with this man. We need what he knows. We need to know what our elders know, guys. And I know that's contradictory to me not making an effort to know my father, but I don't want to be in that space to know my father like that. But I want to be in the space of Shifu to know what he knows because, boom, he's made the connection and the anchor point within me on a level of something I'm interested in. I would like to know my father's favorite food so I can put it on my ancestral altar. I would want to know those things, you know, but not enough that I'm going to make sure that I call him. No, because I am very much under the realization we could all be gone tomorrow. We could all be gone like right now. And so I'm not under the illusion that tomorrow is promised. But I've already ran all the different probable variables through my head. And being as I've already lost a parent, you know, hey, Bree. Hey, Bree. I ain't seen you in so long, Bree. How you doing, my friend? Anyway, actually I've seen you in the likes, but you know, I haven't talked to you in a while. You ain't commented in a while, so I've been missing my Bree. Happy New Year. And so anyway,
Happy New Year.
You know, my father and I haven't built a rapport to where, like, I only want to know about my dad so that I can have a relationship, like the relationship that I have with my mom, post-mortem, is me and my mom are like this, post-mortem. Me and my mom were non-existent in life, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy, me and my mom are both Aries. And so I made the connection that me and my daughter are both Aries. So I was like, oh, we're going to be mortal enemies because me and my mom were. So I already put in my mind, I already planted those seeds. That's when we started, words or spells. I already planted the seeds that there's going to be dissension between me and my daughter because there was dissension between me and my mother. Why does that have to be true for the next generation? Simply because we're both Aries. We're all Aries, so we must repeat the cycle. You know, so it's very important to me to not only have a relationship with my children, but my children all have a relationship with each other, because when I die, the only way that they're going to be able to replicate me is within each other, because they're the only ones who know me so intimately that it would be like, oh, it's like talking to mom. Yeah, it is like talking to mom because I trained all of you. And I taught you in this age that it's important to be friends. It should have been sooner, but I didn't know better, but I know now, right? So I taught you in this age to be friends, so that when you're older, because Bailey was like, it would be hard if I got older and tried to be Angel's friend. I was like, yeah, because at that point she feels like you're using her. You know, mom's dead, so let's be friends now. No, you need to have an authentic bond with her now, so that when mom dies, it's just like, we already know what the flow is. And this is why my kids talk so much. They kill me like every day, you know. But mom, if you die, every single one of my kids, they get it from me. I'm morbid.
Bree's in recovery from surgery. It's going great. Happy New Year. Amber Nicole says, and I overcompensate in my relationship with my only daughter because of the past.
Yeah, we don't know. I'm sorry, I was taking over the conversation. We're having a conversation. I'm sorry, Amber Nicole. Let's talk your stuff. Yeah, I definitely overcompensated, like with birthday parties with Bailey, because the only birthday party I remember from my childhood, you know, I was allowed to invite friends over from school for my birthday party, and some kids actually did show up. And we just ran around the house. There was no structure to it. They boiled hot dogs, and my dad and his friends sat in the car in the driveway the entire time getting high. That was the only birthday I remember having. So I overcompensate for birthdays.
Facts.
I overcompensate for birthdays.
What's getting? To be honest, you look more like what I saw in the video than what we actually had.
Yeah, it's alright. They turned out. But because I resolved in my heart and my mind that Christmas and the Easter Bunny and all those things, because I resolved in my heart and my mind that those things were important, my kids will go several years without Christmas and I won't even know. It won't even be a problem.
Your story sounds similar to mine.
Huh?
Your story sounds similar to mine. And then Bree says, seeing your love for your family is super healing.
Oh, thank you, Bree. And yeah, something that I've noticed, friend, is...
Where are we putting these?
That's within this community that we're creating, we all have similar backgrounds. Doesn't matter our background, not our background, doesn't matter our race, doesn't matter our gender identity, it doesn't matter any of those things. Once we actually start talking to each other, we realize that we all have similar backgrounds, right? Our ability to vibrate on a frequency as other people is our ability, because we learn from our backgrounds. We all have shared, that's why Black people can speak telepathically. Why? Because we all have shared backgrounds. So I know what this looks like, duh, I'm Black. Yeah. Of course I'm Black, you know, we know, so that's why we're like, oh, it's so cool how we could just look at each other and know how we could complete each other's sentences. No, it's not cool, that just means we're carbon copies of each other. I love that we have this shared experience, but can we also create something else for us that we can teach each other and surround us with each other people who are, you know, I said, you know, my childhood, I did stints in my childhood, and the two people I said that to were like, what is that? Good, I can teach you something. I can elevate you. But if we surround ourselves with people who know what we know and make us feel comfortable in the level of knowing we have, they can never grow us and we can never grow them. And sometimes we're so insecure with our inability to grow others, we don't surround ourselves with people that could grow us. And that's the space of self-preservation. You don't want to take advantage of people. You know, that's like a bad guy, like, oh, she's too good for me, I'm going to leave her alone. You know that you can't bring nothing energetically to the table, so you leave people alone. Those are the people that are aware. There's a lot of people who aren't aware, and they end up unequally yoked. Y'all think that's some church stuff. Thank you for the love, guys. You think it's some church stuff being unequally yoked. No, you pairing yourself up with somebody who's not energetically vibrational with you, and now you're literally pulling their asses up the hill, and they're like the whole way, even though you're promoting progress. Thank you, friend. It's a crazy world out here. And I'm not saying that who you chose isn't for you, but yeah, you can have a shared life experience. That's what puts you guys to where you can have a connectivity. We have to have a shared background. I appeal to you because there's something that we have in common that appealed to you. And then after that appeal to you, you got to know me. You're like, okay, she can elevate me, so I'm going to fuck with her. I know don't nobody fuck with me if I can't elevate them, because otherwise I just sound like, what the hell is she talking about? She's a know-it-all. But those of you who know what the fuck it is, you understand that I'm sharing knowledge. A knowledge sharer, a scholar, is a know-it-all. That's why they talk and they share knowledge.
My know-it-all. Stop being a know-it-all.
My kids today, both of my boys at different times said, Mom, you know everything, don't you? And I was like, yeah. Because if I don't know, I know not to say anything. I know how to go find the answer. And I know in knowing it all being a know-it-all is knowing that you can theorize anything. You don't, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. It just is. The 4 agreements. It just is. So if you know that any answer is a possible answer, you know everything. Your spirit is so refreshing. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, bud.
Look, I made them all down.
Oh, I see. What did you do with them?
I made them all down.
You laid them down?
No, I made both of them to make.
No, you don't plug those in. Oh, I see why they're disappearing. You don't plug those in unless they have a little smell good thing on it, okay? Otherwise, you're just wasting electricity. So take them out the wall until we get some smell good things. Yeah, but we don't have the right kind of plug-in for that.
Yeah.
So we got to go buy a plug-in for that. So we got us 1 smell good with no plug-in and 20 plug-ins with no smell goods. Oh, the imbalance in the universe. But anyway, yeah.
This keyboard, I feel like we should throw it away.
If you throw,
I feel like we did.
if you throw the top away, you got to throw the bottom away.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep it, but we need to get new ones.
Yeah, we need a new life. Me and Bailey are gonna get a job, y'all. I know, right? I know.
This will be us.
We're gonna clean. Yeah, we are. We're gonna go clean houses, y'all. God got me out here cleaning houses, y'all. Like, what in the world is going on? What in the world is going on?
Starting from the bottom,
I'ma ride the wave, y'all.
like you said, wax on, wax off.
Because in the devil side of things, it's humility. You're doing things to humiliate yourself. On God's side, it's humbly. Humble yourself before the Lord. Humble yourself before the Lord. Pharaoh would not allow the Egyptians. We're reading Exodus. If you guys aren't coming to Bible study, Monday through Saturday, 12 p.m. noon, Mount Standard Time, we do Bible study. We're reading the chapter Exodus, the book of Exodus right now. You know, Pharaoh, y'all, it's crazy. The plagues, they're out of control. And Pharaoh was like, yeah, y'all still can't get up out of here. because God hardened Pharaoh's heart. But because God hardened Pharaoh's heart, you know, it was like, even if Pharaoh wanted to let the people go, Pharaoh could not let the people go because God hardened Pharaoh's heart. And the reason why God hardened Pharaoh's heart is he was like, oh, they gonna know me. Oh, you gonna know who I am. And so before it was all said and done, Pharaoh humbled himself before God. And so when you're dealing with the devil, it's humility. When you're dealing with God,
Thank you.
humiliation. When you're dealing with the devil, it's humiliation. When you're dealing with God, it's being humble. And we all should humble ourselves before the Lord. Like this is the creator and the one that has given us everything our heart's desires. If we don't feel that we have our heart's desires, do not do me go. If we don't feel like we have our heart's desires in this lifetime, we failed ourselves because we are God, right? And so if God is either presently giving you your heart's desires, or if God is manifesting your heart's desires, or whatever stage in the process you are, shouldn't you humble yourself before them? Isn't that the least you can do? They're giving you your heart's desires. Shouldn't you at least humble yourself before them? So that's all God wants. You know, God was like, oh, Pharaoh, I'm going to push you. I'm going to take your firstborn before you humble yourself, before I even allow you to conceptualize the idea to humble yourself before me. Because you so far gone, you so far into yourself, you so goddamn conceited, I'm going to take your firstborn son. And then you got to humble yourself before me. God's a motherfucking OG. The original gangster. And I was just like, okay, was Jesus the compassionate one? Because where did the compassion come in? Because the God that is in the first two books of the Bible don't play no games. And I'm like, okay, how are we supposed to raise our homes and raise our children in these loving, supportive environments if this is the God that we know, especially if we, as followers of the book, not the religion, of the book, those of us who are followers of the book, and it's very loosely followed. We go into the book and we get what we need. But what I'm saying is, if us as followers of the book only have read maybe the first chapter, us as followers haven't read the entire Bible, us as followers have only read, you know, the begats, the measurements, and the smiting. That's all we heard. That's all we know of God. So then when the pastor gets up there in the pulpit talking about the fire and the brimstone, we definitely believe in that because we only read Genesis anyway. In Genesis, God gets down from day one. God is getting busy. God is either creating or destroying, creator or destroying. The first scientist, trying an experiment, tearing it down and rebuilding it. Trying the experience, tearing it down and rebuilding it. That's how you create your reality.
I'm redoing them.
And utilize the full moon cycles to create.
I'm redoing them.
And I'm just making this up. If it resonates, good. If it doesn't, good. I'm just making this up. But you know, use the full moons as opportunities to recreate that which you are that which you are actively manifesting. Okay, so it's about to be the full moon on the 28th. Whatever it is that you're keeping this.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you're actively manifesting on the 28th full moon release, because you have been running experiments this entire cycle since the new moon, you know what to release during this full moon, and you know what to ask, you know, because you've been running your experiments. And that's how you gain the energetic momentum from moon cycle to moon cycle, calling in, releasing, and now you start creating that into the collective energy, because you ain't the only one.
What do you want?
You can throw them away. Okay. You're not the only one, but hide them, because I don't want him to be like, she didn't want me to eat none of it, and then she threw them away. You know, you gotta be strategic. No, because they're soggy and nasty. But you want to avoid the whole, she kept the food away from me, because that's not what happened. But you don't want, checkers, not chess.
There you go.
Thank you. And so, you're tapping into your Oh, the 28th is going down, friend. The 28th is going down. Like, whatever you've been working on, you've been experimenting all month. And now that you have the time to hop into the collective energy, because we're all releasing under that energy, so you're not just doing your own individual work, which you're powerful enough, right? Because you're doing the work to increase your energy vibration. All these people who want to talk about spirituality as the devil, no, it's not the devil. It is you playing with your energy, increasing your energetic vibration, which increases your frequency, and now you can talk to God. So while y'all over here talking about, oh my God, all this stuff that you spiritual people are doing, that's of the devil. Okay. Meanwhile, you wish you could hear from your intuition. I'm over here practicing with mine. And whatever tool I choose to use to practice with mine is the tool that I use. Stop judging the next person's tool that they use to access their God. We're all from different tribes. When they came to Africa, we all spoke different languages. We all had different customs. They didn't come and we all spoke the same and believed the same. We all had differences. But y'all think just because we came to America and they force-fed us Christianity, all of a sudden we got to believe in God the same? When the person sitting next to you in the pew don't even believe in the same God you do, you think they do. Just because they occupy the same church space, the same brick and mortar, but guaranteed their God ain't your God. How is you as a black 40-something-year-old female mother of 4, how do you have the same God relationship as a white male? Ain't no way. And I've actually had this conversation. Please let me talk. I've actually had this conversation with a white male who believes that he is a black person born into a white body. And I was like, it could be. You know, for some reason I told him do the work. Why not? They're entertaining. Why not entertain it? If we believe in incarnation and we believe that we came to do work based off of the lessons that we learned in our previous life, we came in this lifetime to build upon it, scaffolding, you know, if that is the circumstances, why not this white man who despises being a white man? Could he have been an oppressed black person in the past and wanted to know what it was like to be a white man? And if you think about this man, he's an addict and, you know, he has a lot of regrets in life and I'm helping him work through these things. It's funny, when I met him, he was like, if you're looking for a new client, I don't have any money. I was like, baby, if I was looking for a new client, I wouldn't be talking to you. Like, I'm not giving this away for free if I was looking for a paid service. You know what I'm saying? My paid services are one-on-one healing, which means you talk to me personally versus watching all these general videos trying to piece your life together. A paid service is you say, okay, Lonnie, this is what I'm dealing with. Help me. And I help you. But you watch these videos, which are also helpful, because nothing comes into your field of awareness unless it's supposed to, right? And so you watch these videos, and because I've taught you how to think, or you may already know, not anyone specifically, but it is my quest to teach people how to think and to decipher and to come into their own scientific roots. We're scientists, you know, so if we know how to analyze and play things backwards and forwards, we can heal ourselves, right? I always lick my lips because they get dry. I notice one of my tics, I always stuff my lips. You know, I gotta lose myself in the moment, you gotta never let it go. I gotta call myself out on all my tics before the haters come and say, you see the way she lets her bottom lip hang like bubble gum? Yeah, I do. Do you see how, you know, she always licks her lips and they just pop back out like, yeah, I do. You know, so I gotta call myself out before anybody else calls me out. I'm aware. You know what I'm aware of? That I'm human. So are you, so stop judging others. You know? So, yeah, so I'm talking to this white man, and he's talking about how he really hates the fact that he's a white male. And I was just like, well, it could be that you were a black person in a former life and you wanted to incarnate as a white person and now you hate yourself. Why not? Let's entertain that. Like, if that is a potential healing post, your nose was itchy. If that's a potential healing post for you, let's entertain it. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? It hasn't helped denying it, so let's entertain it. There would not be the character on Dave Chappelle, the blind black Klansman, if it wasn't something to be conceptualized. And if it can be conceptualized, it is in a reality somewhere. So let's entertain it. We can heal from it. Yeah.
I want my hands.
No, you can go to the bathroom and wash your hands, kiddo.
But I want to wash my hands over here.
Yeah, but mommy's doing something, so you respect the fact that I'm washing dishes and you can go to the bathroom. I'm asking you. Sometimes I let you do what you want, right?
Yeah.
But this time I'm not, so I want you to respect that, okay? So go wash them in the bathroom. Thank you. You're really a good listener, so please listen.
Why you have the date?
It says some people be worried about the wrong things. All of them is pervasive within our community.
You have to.
Amber Nicole,
Why you
God
have
sent me to wake up the black woman. God sent me to wake up the most difficult being walking this earth. Help me. I can't do this on my own. I was like, these motherfuckers been getting on my nerves my entire life, and now you want me to come save them? Okay, and when I say save them, you know what I mean. We gotta wake up by any means necessary, and if there's somebody to help us wake up, that's what I mean. Don't get offended, but I don't need to say that to you because you already understand what I've said. But there's people who don't know me and will hear the things that I say for the first time, and I feel like I have to put a disclaimer immediately after the things that I say so people don't take sound bites, so then I can't come back later and say, well, if you actually played the whole clip, you would hear that I acknowledged all perspectives, but you want to be so inflammatory and divisive, especially when there's someone out here unifying, which is a part of the plan. We ourselves tear each other down. Just pay attention, Amber, as we go through this. How many of our own try to tear this down? Let's just pay attention to how many of our own try to tear this down.
Mom?
And you and I both know because we're here at the infancy. I want you to go, like I said, and wash your hands in the bathroom, okay? No, you don't get to be that way because I asked you nicely. No, because I asked you nicely, right? Yes or no? Did I ask you nicely?
Yeah.
And you chose not to listen, so you don't get to whine. Please go wash your hands.
But you did it nicely.
No, you're not yelling at me. I asked you nicely multiple times, and you chose not to listen. So at that point, I have to raise my voice, and you don't get to play victim. You don't. Okay.
But you play video.
You're still being problematic. Go wash your hands. You said your piece. You got it off. Go wash your hands. It's fine.
It's not fine. It just told you it's not fine.
You can have your space anyway. Girl, and you're perfect because your spirit is so light. No offense, love. Truth is what I see. Exactly. And that's what's beautiful about our community is I can say whatever the hell I want to, but I got to give disclaimers because as this community grows and we start gaining, street cred, people are going to misunderstand what's going on here because they've never seen it before. And so we have to protect our space as much as we can on the front end so we don't have to play defense on the back end. So we just gonna let people know. This is the last dish. We just gonna have to let people know.
It's fine.
We're healing over here. We're not playing healing. We're actually healing, and it doesn't feel good. And we gotta have those hard conversations, and we gotta dive into those truths. That is the only way that we're going to free ourselves. And I want to be free. We want to be free. You know, so if it takes saying some stuff, then we're going to say some stuff. Amen. So they could miss me on that BS. Message. So they could miss me on that BS. There was a time, were you just putting away a piece of Tupperware?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a video of me and Michael going through the Tupperware, and it's funny, it's the same topic, where on the video I'm talking about, you know, any time is a learning opportunity because we're going through the Tupperware, but I'm teaching him something. And this is when I was first becoming comfortable with always teaching. If I'm talking to my kid, I'm teaching. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy that it makes the parallel that I'm becoming comfortable with only talking when I'm teaching. Because this is the infancy of, you know, me and Michael are going to the Tupperware. And at the end of the video, I have the Wayne Brothers scenes that pops up and says, message. Mm-hmm. So,
and then when I just was putting it away.
And you just said it. You're just putting a piece of Tupperware away. And the first time I came comfortable with teaching was in a video where Michael was putting the Tupperware away.
That's hilarious.
I'm telling you.
Deja vu.
Timeline jumping. We're being led.
I'm happy you're not necessarily talking about the timeline jumping as often. That was a weird time.
I'm telling you.
I was like,
wow, right?
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna have a good shift though.
No, but what's
I believe
really cool
it.
is I have the video. I have it on video. That's why God has me documenting these things, because I'm not just saying it. I actually have the video where me and Michael are putting the stuff away. Chills. Miracles happen. Miracles are happening around us all the time, friend.
Miracles happen.
And we must pay attention. Miracles are happening. You are being guided in your life as well if you start paying attention. If you don't journal, please start journaling. Because everything that's insignificant. Me and my son putting up Tupperware, insignificant. A year later, me and my daughter, who we just happened to be doing the dishes, and she's putting away the dishes. And the thing that really makes the point is the video where I said what I said at the end of it. I put in the Wayne's brother clip, message, and then she just said it. Like, miracles happen, but it's insignificant unless you go back and be like, hold on. Same thing with the Bible. You see how this led to that, led to that. Joseph had to be sold into slavery, which means Joseph had to be hated by his brothers and sisters, which means Leah had to hate her sister Rachel, which means Laban had to
pawn off the ugly one.
Leah. You know the story. I told her the story so many times. Genesis had me tripping, y'all.
Right. So hey.
Yeah. So Laban had to pawn Leah off onto Joseph. Jacob, too many J's, had to pawn Leah off onto Joseph, you know, in order for Jacob to be sold into slavery. So all of the things in your life have to occur in order for your life to occur. But none of it makes sense until you make sense of it. You're sitting here floating around like,
that was me until we were like, oh, the schools.
Yeah, you're floating through life.
Why do I feel this way?
Yeah, you're literally like that. You remember that long time ago when that grocery bag was floating in the wind? Like, how simple or how easily are we entertained? That thing went crazy. You know, that thing probably has a T-shirt that people buy.
Don't you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind?
Yeah, you know, but you know, we're out here just blowing in the wind until we make heads or tails of things. And if we're not journaling or documenting somehow, we don't even connect the dots because they're all insignificant until they're not. What Ion say?
For one, Amber says, I have a spiritual number that I see a lot when I ask for God's guidance. Ion says, dang, I wish I would have tuned into your teachings. The way you put it makes me want to explain wants me to learn more from the beginning to the end. They were recorded, right?
Yes.
I'm about to binge them.
Yes, go to, and you get to see the evolution of me. So you get to see me awkwardly sitting in front of the camera like, I'm going to show up every day for 3 hours and, create a living from sitting on live, So you get to watch me trying to create a business out of this to this, I've come into the knowing that I'm a teacher. I've come into the knowing that I am a God divine.
Yep.
I am a God divine being that was sent to this earth to teach us and to lead us. To lead from wild away, whatever Tupac said. What did Tupac to lead the people from
What song is it?
Bomb First? No, it's a Tupac song, but to lead the people.
Yeah.
You can hear the cadence.
Yeah.
I don't know the words though. Tupac was a revolutionary.
Man, I wish it was easy to because they all kind of sound the same. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, you have to be repetitive. In order to reach commercial success, you have to sell out. Now, I'm going to press against that. Oh, I repost on YouTube Lonnie Appleton Live to answer your question. LONEAPPLETONLIVE. So you can check them out over there. I know that's right. Love that you came to that revelation. Keep allowing God to utilize you. Girl, friend. I corrected myself. Friend, look,
I'm about to throw the towel at her now.
I corrected myself. And that's not me identifying them, just so much so as that's a fake. You say bruh.
I'm just kidding.
And you filter with mom. And sometimes you slip up and call me bruh. And sometimes I said what I said. I'm not going to repeat it because this one's going to hit me with a towel. It's all good. I definitely understand. Yes. And so,
don't worry. It's nice and soggy.
do I need this? I need to do some more wiping down. Wiping down. Shoulders, credit, pants, dress, shoes. Oh, that was mine. I did. It's just stained.
Oh. You said that was mine. No, that was mine.
That was my 25th birthday when that song was out. I rented the limo, and none of my friends felt that I was worthy of spending the money to pay for the limo and the VIP, so I paid for it myself. And of course, I'm worthy to ride along, ride along, but I wasn't. I was the pay-to-play friend like Shanquella Robinson. I paid for my friends. And just because they were my family members, I felt okay paying for my friends.
So where was I at this time?
Auntie watched you.
Which one? R?
Mm-hmm. And so,
That's nice. I'm glad that...
No, I had to pay her. Yeah, no one looked out for me. No one looked out for me.
You had to pay her?
Yes, she would watch her grandchildren without any problem. But when I wanted her to watch you, I had to pay her.
Which is fine.
I mean, it is what it is, but you don't get to go and then tell me I'm like a daughter to you, but your daughters don't have to pay you to watch your grandchildren, but you want me to pay you to watch my daughter. Literally, I say it to ha ha ha, but I'm not that anal about it, to be honest, so for real, it's all good. Good. I just want, to show respect. I just want to show respect.
Right.
But I went through the phase where I was just like, look, this is my reality, and those individuals who identify however they identify have entered into my reality. So you have to determine, no, I don't have to always be a giver. They need to be givers too, right? It makes sense. It's reciprocal. Let's have this conversation. This isn't any type of energy. This is the truth. You entered into my space. A 40-something-year-old black woman raised in the 80s.
Reading the Bible.
Crack epidemic. Raised herself. One way to do things. Because of religion. So this is who you're venturing, that's whose space you're coming into. So you don't get to come into my space an individual, because I don't want anyone to think I'm talking about them, an individual cannot now come into my space and try to tell me how I can talk in my space. Either you rock with the space that you entered and get what you came to get, or you come into a space and try to alter that space, which takes away from the tranquility and the blessing of the space. So I have no problem acknowledging and respecting, thank you, Ms. D. I have no problem with honoring and respecting our diversity. But the other side has to honor and respect our diversity, right? It goes both ways. Talk your shit. Let's see, and that's that dope art you create. I know.
Aww.
One of them goddamn kids knocked one of my originals off the wall today.
Ooh, wait.
It was an accident. I was like, I don't care when you knock this goddamn home good stuff off the wall, but when you knock my stuff off the wall, well, you gonna know you knocked my stuff off the wall, and I'm gonna leave it like that. You ain't gonna knock my stuff off the
Miss
wall.
Lauren Hill.
You knocked Miss Lauren Hill off the wall, you gonna know you knocked Miss Lauren Hill off the wall.
Remember that one time when someone dropped like some grape juice or something all over the floor in the pantry?
And it stayed down there? Or
No.
you had to wipe it over?
Yeah.
Oh, and it splashed everywhere. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that big old mess. That was
Oh,
horrible.
that was me.
Yes,
the other
Ms. D
day.
said, I think that means they need to help you create something new.
Aw.
Yeah.
That is very
Mom,
That
that
is,
would
you
be
know,
black
get out
and
there, and they'd
blue
enjoy it. They always came
everywhere.
out there and played while I was creating. I just don't do that, but I definitely want to find a structured activity. Like I don't know what the art is called. I just call it Tai Chi, but I know it's more than Tai Chi. You know, so teaching Caden and the kids, just everything, transferring my knowledge to my children so that we reconvene the passing traditions.
I really like vinegar. It's just great.
I do too. I love cleaning with vinegar. Yeah, you're like, we need to go buy cleaning products. I was like, why? We have vinegar. But
We have vinegar.
we have sea salt and vinegar. What are you talking about?
Right? We got the.
Put a little cinnamon in and create some mouthwash. What are we talking about?
Right? We gotta.
You know, but maybe start with polymer clay. I mean, then I have to teach myself. You missed the polymer clay era of my evolution. I
Right,
definitely.
That was the moment.
I did the polymer clay.
Do that.
I am not, we can have fun with the polymer clay, but I am not, you know, I get too serious about things. I wanted to make faces. So here's the story. I've always wanted to make faces. And so it started with the clay. I was like, you know, and I used to try to make the angels, you know, they don't really be giving you the juice on YouTube, but you trying to learn from YouTube. I'd be giving y'all all the juice. They be telling me I talk too much. And I was like, how are people gonna learn how to heal themselves if I don't tell them how to heal themselves? Pick up your book. What's the best that can happen at LonnieLifestyle.com and your merch. This ain't merch, but imagine it was, and get yours at LonnieLifestyle.com. But you know, I gotta teach you guys. I know everybody wants to be so secretive in the spiritual community, and some things don't need to be told, and my Shifu is very good at telling me this is something that you don't repeat. This isn't something you post. And I have to humble myself so I don't feel like I'm being attacked, like I know he's talking to me. Hell yeah, he's talking to you. You post every goddamn thing. So he is CYAing and saying this is something that you don't repeat. This isn't something that you post. And I respect it. I'm not going to secretly record something so I can release it to the public later. No, I'm going to honor this space. That's why I don't understand y'all people out here who be like exposing your exes. You literally went through an entire relationship with someone you love, keeping receipts. That's what love looks like to you. Ask yourself, is that what love looks like to you? And if it is, that's what love looks like to you. Who am I to question it? I got to work on my own definition of love.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, facts. Yeah, they got the clay at the dollar store. We'll do that. That's an awesome activity that we can all do. And we can bring in Dre and Andre if you like, and Ezra and Rue. I done gave up on my family. I was like, y'all over there and we over there. I'm sick of trying to drag y'all's asses up the hill, but...
Right, there we go again, dragging them up.
Gotta break the cycle. And I need to change
Your perspective.
the low self-esteem language. Shifu, and this is what started it all. Shifu was asking me questions, and then him asking me questions. And during our last class, he was talking about low self-esteem. And I was sitting there thinking, because I would say stuff and I felt like I had to explain or qualify what I said. But then I was like, why do you feel you have to qualify what you said, except for you are still utilizing old language even though you don't live in that energy? Mm-hmm. Do you understand? So I'm still using old self-esteem language, low self-esteem language, even though I no longer have low self-esteem. But referring to myself as a narcissist is low self-esteem language. Yes, I'm calling a thing, but after you identify what you are, stop identifying as it. I'm an addict. Why? So you always remain an addict. So you always show up to them AA meetings and they continuously get their funding, however they get their funding. The meetings still are happening. I got the big blue book that my mama read. You know, I get to live in her energy when I read that book. I get to feel my mom, and I get to look at the pages that my mom flipped and leafed and kept her notes in the margin. That's why I read that book. That is the legacy. Bailey said, I can't wait for you to die so I can read your journals. I was like, there you go, killing me off again, but don't wait till I'm die. You can read my journals now. It's just me downloading stuff. This, but in written form, it doesn't quit. This just comes, this just flows. There's always new content. So when I start teaching classes, people are like, what's the topic? What do you want the topic to be? One-on-one healing with this right here. What do you want the topic to be? Ask me a question in the comments. What do you want the topic to be? That is the idea for these lives, for you to hop on here and ask me whatever the hell you want to. Leave a comment on the video, ask me whatever the hell you want to. Be the person to capitalize on this first. If you see the value, you sitting up at it's midnight here, so I know it's bumping somewhere else, but you still sitting on this live. Clearly you find value. Use it to your advantage while nobody's talking to me. Because trust me, this little thing gonna be moving so much in the future, I ain't gonna see none of it. But I can see you now, and you can connect with me now and ask me whatever you need to ask me now and get to your healing now. Get a personally downloaded message now.
Okay, never mind then.
And had to tell myself about that a while ago. Like, why am I doing this, shaking my head, delete it all? Yeah. Now that I'm aware of it, I didn't know I had low self-esteem language. I thought I was calling a thing. I still can't release calling my childhood a stint, because I did a stint here, I did a stint here. And it was survival. It's fucking survival. I survived my childhood and my teen years. I enjoyed the heck out of my 20s. My 20s went hard. Imagine someone who looks like me, not being full of myself, but I was stacked to the gods. I was stacked to the gods in my 20s. And so imagine someone who looked like me.
Don't worry. Give me a moment, Lonnie.
With no role models. No one to teach me to value my body. No one to teach me to value my mind.
I need to sleep where you are. Can you please leave?
No one to teach me. No one to teach me that
I'm not trying to take years off of you.
sex doesn't win your way into a man's heart. No one to teach me that. So imagine, I enjoyed my 20s. No air quotes. I was living la vida loca.
Then Bailey came.
Yeah, but I told Bailey I wish I had access to all those journals, because I've always journaled off and on because I'm a writer. Pick up my books. LonnieLifestyle.com. Check out my books. You know, I'm a writer, so I've always journaled. And because I've always journaled, you know, the bottom of my socks are wet and it's very uncomfortable, but I don't want to be barefoot. What am I going to do with my life?
Here, one of these.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm going to push through. Why be bougie? You know, so, but in enjoying my 20s, now I can use that wisdom
To help me.
to help guide her.
And the rest of your children.
The rest of my children, us, in the community. You know, everybody's background may not be as extreme as mine,
Okay.
but there could be a deficit. No matter how the deficit came about, there could be a deficit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. Hey.
Here we go.
It doesn't have hold up. So how do you, I done told y'all to ask questions and now I'm missing all the damn questions. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, they asking questions, girl. They asking questions. All right, here we go.
Ask Lonnie.
Right? Ask, dear Lonnie. I was in live today where body counts mattered. So I asked, are people in recovery still addicts? I was in a live today where body count mattered. So I asked, are people in recovery still addicts?
Because that's like the contradiction. Like, are the people who aren't doing drugs still being...
But I'm not out here screwing everybody anymore. So if that counts, then this counts.
Right.
If you could release this, you need to release this.
Right.
Boom, you better call them on the hypocrisies.
What are they trying to tell you?
She's my voodoo. She had to translate for me.
You're good, Mom.
No,
you're not
but
moving.
You moved my camera, so I had to move with it.
I was like, what?
So how do you get past parental trauma in bad parental relationships when the parent isn't healed? Their weight's not your weight to carry, right? Their inability to heal has nothing to do with you. And if you're the parent, understand, because I got to speak both perspectives, right? So you could run this back to your parent.
You gotta try to not like internalize their issues.
That
Like in the moment they could be treating you a certain way, but you gotta know like you're not necessarily a trigger. You're just the only person. Yeah, you're the only person that they can really attack in their life.
Yeah, we beat up on the people closest to us.
And we hurt the ones that we love and then go smiling on people's faces.
We filter out our BS. Okay, these socks gotta go. We filter out our BS on the people that are closest to us. But you have to understand that your parents' crap isn't your crap to carry. Their limitations aren't your limitations. Your growth opportunities are for you to grow into your knowing and to show compassion. It's compassion. They don't have to heal. My dad's not healing. My dad's not healing. He doesn't even know what healing is. But I did the work within myself to realize what truly helped me, and it's work. This is true forgiveness. It's gonna be ugly. Are you ready to get ugly with it? If you're ready to get ugly with it, this is true healing. And I've started healing from my parent trauma publicly 2013 because I write about it in my book, What's the Best That Can Happen? Available at LonnieLifestyle.com or Amazon. Make sure the seller is Lonnie Taylor. But I've been healing past my parent trauma since 2013. And the first step was speaking about it. And you don't have to speak publicly about it, but speak about it. And you don't have to speak to them because they're not going to acknowledge it. They come from a completely different generation. We come to, I don't know how old you are, but I come from the generation where what I'm doing ain't what we do. That's why I'm fighting my husband, because this ain't what we do. I'm doing what my daughter's generation's doing. And so when we're going through that, we have to understand that we're dealing with the generation that doesn't even know what the hell we're talking about. But I talked about it. He stopped talking to me for a year. We didn't have a relationship anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? And then after that, I just had to start telling stories. Like, we healed some childhood trauma tonight. I just had to start telling stories. Again, build your tribe. If you build yourself where you can tell your friend, can you hold space for me? I don't need to trauma bond with you. I need you to hold space with me so that I can heal through some stuff. And we don't need to swap stories. I just need to get this up off me. And I need a safe space to get this up off me. And know that this isn't going to be used against me later. And when you find that space, value that space and treat that space good, because that is your space. And that space will also treat you well because you are their space. And then talk about it and start asking questions. If you don't know how to ask why, pick up my book. Start asking questions and do the true shadow work. That's what my book is. My book is the true shadow work, not this placate BS that y'all out here doing and pandering, trying to make a buck off of people. What you see today was documented in that book in 2013 before there were names for it. Before I knew what shadow work was, I was doing it. I was healing myself and didn't know what I was doing, but Spirit said, document this, and so I did. And so, you know, after you do that, you understand we're so used to quick little 30-second. Don't apologize. Quick little 30-second answers. No, this is in depth. This is healing. This is real healing. Not that cute little, okay, thank you. No, and then you're looking like, okay, what do I do? No, I'm giving you step by step. This is what a coaching session is. You know what I'm saying? And so after you start talking about it, you start asking why, and why is it taking so long to heal this? Music speaks to me. Anyway, that's how you start healing past it. And you just accept your parents were abuse victims as well. No matter what that abuse looks like. It's different for all of us, right? But our parents were victims as well. And victims, they try to do better, and they don't even realize they're victimizing because they're trying to do better. So they thought they were doing better. At least I did better than my parents. And the chances are, if you have children, you're an abuser as well. So then that's another healing point to realize that you are your parents. I've had to apologize to all my children because I terrorized them, especially the first one. You know, because when you realize that you too are the victimizer, you can start healing your relationship with your children before they turn around and say, I got a problem with you. You automatically go to them and say, I know that I wronged you. How can we heal past this? And don't be too prideful for whatever they throw at you. Don't justify anything. Just be like, okay, why? Because when you go to your parents and you speak to them and they justify everything, you're like, just take accountability. That's all I want. Take an accountability. You fucked me up. And all you want your parent to do is say, I did, and I'm sorry. I did the best that I could. If parents knew that's all it took to have a relationship with your child. And some people still too prideful. If you need more, book a coaching service. I got you, homie. So how do you get and doesn't have the desire to heal? For me, I took time away from my parents so I can see them as people and not just my parents. Ashe. I isolated myself completely. Ashe. And that's what I love about our community. Is all of us are so comfortable and we know we're here to heal each other. And so I'm answering your question, the community's answering your question, and now you have all these different perspectives that you can now run with and heal yourself. That's what's beautiful about this community. Tell your friends about us, guys, because this is how we grow. If you got somebody out there, you know somebody out there that's like, damn, I wish I could really get into this stuff. Tell them about us. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate the love, guys. I really do. It's tricky because my parents are still married and I have a really good relationship with one. Yeah. And that's what I tell Dre. I was just like, all my kids come up to me, you're my most favorite person in the world. Any given day you come in my room and I got all four of the kids just trying to figure out how to be around me and engage with me all the time. I was like, Dre, this is not balanced. And I know you have a relationship with us, with our kids. But you want a relationship where your kids can't get enough of you. No matter what. I'm not the nicest person. I abused the shit out of this one so bad she bites her nails down to the quick. And she's my best friend. Not because she, Munchausen syndrome, what is it? Where you fall in love with your, not fall in love, but you align with your captor. Because that happens in our homes. I can't think of what it is. I know somebody typed it down there, but whatever it's called, where you align with your attacker. That happens in our home because the one person who loves us is also the one person who terrorizes us, and we love our attacker. No wonder we end up in these terrible relationships, and we love our attacker, and we are the attacker that we love. Spousal, children, parent, because it's normal, and we have to break the cycle. We have to break the cycle, period. I don't care how uncomfortable it gets. And it's fucking uncomfortable. And I was watching something today where the guy who was living in the storage shed, and he posted that he's living in the storage shed, and now he got kicked out of living in the storage shed, and somebody was like, that's what you get for wanting to post everything online. And that was my confirmation. I was like, people are waiting for me and my husband to get a divorce. People are waiting for waiting for my children to do something, waiting for anything negative to happen so they could say, see, that's why you don't put everything online. And chances are the person that's going to say that is one of our own. We don't even realize we're crabs in a barrel. And when I did that, I came to understand that people make mistakes. We're all trying to survive. Shay, we all come from different generations, and that's a big thing. I was grooving. I was probably grooving too, friend. I'm sorry, I'm always behind on the comments. With different values and ways of doing things. Yeah, they come from a generation where you don't talk. You don't tell nobody nothing. That's why when I saw my dad has a TikTok, I kept scrolling. I was like, Lord, I almost blocked him. But if he finds out that I block him and someone tells him what that means, do you know a 20-something-year-old came up to me? I saw that you followed me on TikTok and you already followed me. I was like, ma'am, no, I didn't. I was like, we come from different generations. A follow doesn't mean anything to me. I just saw that you commented on something and TikTok has a little follow back button. I was like, oh, I don't follow so-and-so? Follow. That's all it was. And then they came to me, I saw that you just followed me, which means you unfollowed me. And I was like, I never followed you because I don't follow people on TikTok. I don't be on TikTok unless I go down a rabbit hole, which is usually a spooky dookie rabbit hole. You know, where I'm watching shapeshifters and stuff like that. Skinwalkers. Did you see that? You know, thinking that that's how spirit manifests. That's not how spirits manifest for me. I'm not saying that that's not real. I'm saying that's not the relationship I want to have with spirit. I don't want to have a relationship with spirit where it scares the shit out of me. I want to have a relationship with spirit where it's a beautiful sensation and I feel it and I feel loved and I feel supported. So I'll go down one of those rabbit holes because it's interesting, but I started down those rabbit holes because I wanted to have a closer relationship with spirit. And I was like, okay, if this is how you manifest, I was like, I don't want that. I don't want you to scare me. But you're more than welcome to talk to me. I talk back. Come to peace with some things just won't change, so you have to love her. I love her too, Amber. I don't remember who she is, but I love her too. All right, how? Let's see, realize what they do and say is what is inside them. It's never about you. It is me versus me reality. And they only know how to communicate within their language, right? I'm going to say some things until I internalize a new reality, and then I'm going to say something different. That's how you know if somebody's changed or not. If the way that they speak, if the way that they think, if the way that they feel, the way that they move changes, then they really change. But the moment you piss them off and they revert back to old behaviors, they haven't changed, they're just pretending. And that's why I say my husband's fake. Because the moment you get pissed off, you revert back to old behaviors, which means you're faking peace. This is why I can't feel peace in my heart, in my home. This is why anytime I bump up against my stepson, I automatically jump to, this motherfucker's a liar. I can't trust him. And I was like, why do I have that energy on me in 2024? And it's because he's, throat chakra, he's still lying. He's still pretending everything is cool. And as long as you, because it is, look, so culturally, we just pretend everything's cool. We pretend to like each other. We come around each other when we have to. If we live together, we just kind of occupy space to each other, you know. And then we separate. We move away. We only see each other when we see each other. So that's normal. So in that respect, they don't believe that they're fake because they're normal. But because it is my goal to live in our true authenticity, which means if you got a problem with me, You know, oh, you still down for the cause? Let's go, baby. You know, if we could just be okay with saying, when you say these things, it hurts my feelings. When you do these things, it hurts my feelings. Maybe you could speak a different way. Maybe you could move it. I like to go out sometimes. I know we created this relationship where you just come over and we hang, but I like to go out too. Let's cool. So if we could have those honesty conversations, we can stop looking at our spouses and our children in survival mode. Like, I'm surviving. I can't wait till you turn 18. Realize what they do. I was spitting hot fire, Amber, I'm telling you. Generational disconnect will be a thing. You gotta let go of trying to force change in someone, and that, yeah, I'm an 80s baby, so I understand, friend, being an 80s baby, right? To remember the only thing you can do is focus on what you can control, which is you. Ashe, amen. Yep, that's my math too. I'm trying to do better, but god dang it. Y'all in here talking, hey? I love to see it. I'm trying to do better, but it seems like I can't get it right. You're a scientist. There's no such thing as a failure. Do you think if any scientists out there stopped at the first unfavorable result, we would have any progress in our society? Now let's narrow it down from society and look at yourself. If you're a scientist and you shut down as soon as you have a failure, how are you ever going to grow? You're a scientist. You haven't gotten it right because you haven't been keeping any data points. Do you keep a journal? Do you actually pay attention to your life? Or you keep doing the same stuff every time and don't even realize you're hitting reset at the same space every time? You get to a certain point and every time you hit reset. Every time you hit reset. Pay attention to the trends in your life and you'll see the reason why, throat chakra, you'll see the reason why you can't get it right is because you keep doing the same damn thing and you're not paying attention to your life. I appreciate you, boo. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to tell you, the community going to get you right, but you already knew that, Miss D. Thank you for sharing the live. We got you, love. Yes, we do. This is what we do over here. It takes a village. You feel me? Yes, we feel you, Ion. Stockholm. Thank you. Stockholm Syndrome. We black women. I knew somebody had me. Girl, you are speaking volumes. I am. Thank you. I'm actually going to stop this live because if it gets too big, then I can't upload it to YouTube. So I'm going to stop this live in a second after I read all your comments. And then I'm going to go outside with her, set up outside, and we can keep the party going. If y'all up, I'm up. You know what I'm saying? Sure, I got nothing to run my mouth. Are you okay with me running my mouth, or did you want to talk to me?
Well, it's fine.
We going to run our mouth still. And that's the ugly part of human connection. Drives me crazy that their generation has a very pretend it never happened attitude. That is what I'm living in. We had a family meeting last night, and I was like, man, I don't know, but this Appleton Taylor family, we're the shit. And my husband, the patriarch, the head of the household, the fucking Appleton, was like, what makes us so special? We don't do nothing nobody else does. I was like, Nick, because you a motherfucking Appleton. That's what makes you special. You average? You fucking average? And I told him, I was like, I get offended when people compare me to other people. Do you know who the fuck I am? And that's not me being full of myself. Miss D, Amber, Ion, and whoever else is in this chat. Are you like everybody else? Did you come to this earth to be average? The fuck? Of course it takes a village, you feel me? Girl, you speaking volumes. And that's the ugly part of human connection. Drives me crazy. I'm feeling like that in my relationship now. I'm bad at pretending. I can't pretend. Truth tellers can't pretend. Facts. Ion, Ashe. I think you taught me, somebody else taught me Ashe. I didn't know Ashe until I got here. All this language I use, I learned from y'all. Hey, Miss Lady, how you? Hell nah. Hey, D-Jam. Heck nah. Oh yeah, we didn't come here to be average. So every chance we get, I am the motherfucking shit. But I can always be better. So you can know who you are and not lock into your present identity. Do you understand? Those are two separate things. Knowing who you are and your identity are two different things. So I can know who I am, but this present identity with the bad attitude and making my fingers snap and doing that typical black girl stuff, that's not who I want to be. I want to be my own creation. So I know who the fuck I am, so I know my highest potential, and this ain't it. So I need to create a new identity. All right, y'all, so I'm going to give you some water. Tell them again for the people in the back. Hooty-hoo! I'm going to give you some water. We're going to go set up the fire because we're going to make s'mores. And we're going to continue our conversation, so everybody take an intermission. And we'll be back in 10 minutes. Hope to see you then. Ooh, we tell them, yeah, we bought a fire pit. You saw the video, we bought a fire pit. $40 at the situation. And, yeah, we've been burning wood ever since. Fire warning, no wood, no burning notice. We don't care. I'm just playing. We just don't know that it's there, you know. I'm joking. It was a joke. I'm a comedian. I get to say crazy things. It's okay. All right, guys. See you soon.